Welcome to the show tonight. We got off to a few minutes, a little late start, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Tonight in the show, I have got Robby Botello and John Soto from Votan in the house. My first black metal band here on the show, and it's been too long, and it's way overdue, should I say, way over fucking due. Thanks for coming to the show tonight, guys.
Hey, our pleasure.
Man, we've been trying to work it out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Life happens, so you know, we kind of postpone what we need to, and
Life and shit happens.
I'm telling you, right? Work especially, you know, and sometimes we get a little sick. And, you know, today I was kind of under the weather and stuff, but I've been bouncing back. I got some good rest. Got me some Dayquil, and you know, we just did some Fireball. So Fireball, I'm looking for an endorsement. We just did some Fireball, so we're getting off to a good start. You know, I like to do some Fireball before we get the show started. And you guys that checked out the show the other night, thanks a lot for tuning in. But tonight, let's get started with Votan. And, you know, you guys have been a part of the scene here for, about 2 decades?
Going on 14 years.
Going on 14 years, all right.
Started 2011.
2011, okay. Yeah. I thought maybe it started back, you know, seeing, doing some research with you and John Lopez, kind of getting started maybe 2004 or 2005. Was that kind of like the seed?
Yeah, that was like the pre-Votan era. We were always dabbling like black metal. Pretty much the same vision we were doing before Votan even started is the same vision that's still going on.
Yeah.
So if you want to get like really down and dirty, at like 2004 is when we really started.
We were in a different black metal band.
Yeah, and then I had joined the band that he was in, Zaffron, back in 2006. They had been around for what, like
2002, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Robert. Hell yeah.
I joined in 2006 for like 1 year, and that's when Daniel Benavides was in the band too. Like we both joined at the same time.
Oh,
not a lot of people remember that. We actually recorded a demo with that lineup.
Really?
Yeah, with Daniel on the guitar.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Is that out there on the platform somewhere?
So some songs on YouTube. I actually uploaded like 2 of the songs on YouTube. Yeah. And I still have the burnt CD.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
That was at Hacienda. Remember Hacienda?
Yes. What a big ass fucking soundboard they had in there.
Yeah.
It was awesome. What a heartbreaker. What an expensive place. That was a place that they charge you by the hour.
Yeah.
You know, things are a little different now where they charge you by the song. Yeah. And that's a little bit more doable for us kind of bands that, you know, that don't have like backing of some sort of label or something. And when you're self-funded, shit, man, those hours kind of add up real quick.
Yeah.
In the studio, you know, 8 hours is really nothing.
Well, the way we recorded that demo, the old guitar player, Daniel and Jason and John, the 2 guitar players and John recorded in Hacienda, while me, the bass player Henry, and
Alonzo.
you know Henry Elizondo.
Henry, yes.
We recorded the keyboard player Alonzo's in his room, like in his home studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So both guitars and the drums were recorded in Hacienda. The keyboards, vocals, and bass were recorded in Alonzo's home studio.
Okay, so Alonzo was the keyboard player?
Yeah, he was a keyboard player.
And what about now? Who's doing some of the keyboards now?
Abel.
Well, with that band or with us?
With us. With you guys right now?
We have Abel.
Abel, all right.
Yeah, he's in a different.
He lives in Houston right now.
Yeah.
Different situation right now. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard.
Right, to get him here for everything.
Yeah, but
we're making it work.
We're making it work. Yeah. He plans on moving down like around like March, May, and that's what he keeps telling us.
Cool.
Yeah, he's like, I need to wait till I get my bonus, and I'm gonna come back down.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Well, hell yeah. Well, so it does straight. You know, the Rudes start back in there. And they were very thrashy, a lot of death metal going on, especially.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what was kind of hitting hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Cannibal was going hard, as well as a bunch of other heavy hitter death metal bands.
Yeah.
But black metal was also making its big name for itself throughout the 90s.
A little bit more underground.
More underground, more overseas.
No one knew about black metal back in the day. I don't know. It was weird because we tried. I mean, no one really liked black metal back then.
Around here, it's a very rare genre, especially locally.
Back in early 2000s, like everybody wanted like death metal, thrash.
Yeah.
And then metalcore started getting big, like in
mid
2000, like 2006.
Kill Switch and all that. Yes.
So they were like the only black metal band at the time, I think. Of course.
Yeah.
I think we still are.
Yeah, I know. I think you may still be.
There was a couple good ones that actually were around. Like there's this one band from Sandia called Darkness Arise. They were
I remember.
Yeah, they're starting to get pretty good. And then you had Travis Trevino, he had a Circle of Vultures. I thought it was a pretty cool
Oh shit,
product.
Travis.
Yeah, and then, but nothing, no black metal that really. I mean, we had Funeral Ash that was going good for a while, but based off of
Funeral
Kingsville,
Ash.
but it's still kind of the same surrounding area.
Sure.
Yeah, and Joe actually joined us for a while, for like 3 years, like on second guitar and second vocals, but then he wanted to pursue his MMA career, so he like stepped away from performing live and stuff. But but I mean, no black metal bands that have really like stuck around.
It's been a very rarity, and you gotta love it, just like any other genre we do here. You know, me doing kind of thrashy stuff in War Code, nobody's really doing anything like that. You know what I mean? And that's all right. You got to do what comes natural.
Oh yeah,
I know.
I've been black metal since the 90s.
See, and we like to add like other like elements too, though. Like we don't like just be like this simple like raw black metal band. We have a lot of like the epic melodies. You know, we have little death metal parts here and there, the thrashy parts, a lot of folk melodies, and like now we're starting to dabble with a little bit like progressive stuff, like pretty soon. But yeah, we're just totally like a lot of mix. I mean, we'll have one song that sounds super aggressive, and we have another song that's kind of like very like dancing, kind of folky, kind of Iron Maiden kind of like melody stuff.
Polka.
Folk.
You got a good blend, and everything is kind of it meshes all together really smoothly.
Yeah. If you hear it, you can tell it is Votan.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing about it.
And especially your vocals. It's really the evolution of your voices, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But doing black metal vocals are very unique. Yeah. That's one genre I really haven't dabbled in a lot. You know what I mean? The closest I would do would maybe Fistful of Metal would be maybe black metal from Venom.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Hey, that's a start.
That's a start, right? Exactly.
That song right there paved the way for a lot of shit.
It sure fucking did. Yeah. It kind of gave it a name and a band that they could kind of have a starting base off that kind of was a jumping point to everything else.
Yeah.
And they kind of represented it pretty badass at the very beginning.
At that time, Venom and Merciful Fate were like the only two like.
Yes, the King, Merciful Fate. Yes.
Bands that really dealt with that were metal that dealt with the
showing they satanic visions, and stuff that covers. And more than just the pentagram, but crosses and really not holding back. Yeah. Not holding back. At War with Satan, the way it would open up the gatefold and stuff, that was pretty badass back in the day. That was one of the first kind of records I got a hold of, because I had a friend of mine whose older brother, Mike Hinojosa, turned me on to Metallica, Destruction, Venom, and it was it ends up being somebody older, or maybe somebody from out of town that brings it to the table when you're from Corpus, because we're not like Austin or Houston, where you always kind of get hits all the time by all the good stuff as the genres have been growing.
Yeah, especially back in the day, I'm sure it was a lot harder to get a hold of stuff living in Corpus. And there was no online shopping or anything like.
None of that
record store, or magazine, or
no YouTube.
I know. Right now, it's like at our fingertips. It's so fucking easy. But before,
you gotta go to record stores.
And in Corpus, there really wasn't a record store to go to besides Craig's Record Factory when it had its heyday. When it had its heyday, but it didn't really last all the way through. So you had Splatterfest after that.
I remember
Splatterfest.
Mark, what's his name? He worked there. Mark.
I know my guy Alex Dominguez worked there a lot, and so did Shane.
Mark Schneider.
Schneider. Okay. Yeah, man.
Splatterfest. Yeah, he was all into death and black metal.
Yeah, man, that was one of those cool spots that just had our underground spot. That was our spot. Like San Antonio's got Hog Wild. They had Flipside back in the day, and
I remember Flipside.
Yes.
Dude, that was
cool little head shops that had records, and you could find most of the T-shirts you wanted.
Buy their comics, Zap Comics.
Oh, cool!
You read that?
I've heard of the brand.
It's an acid trip.
I love some comics too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and no one's really ever brought up comics on the show. I like comics.
I'm not really a comic guy, but I like trippy.
Well, I like that. Before we get into some questions, I want to pay attention real quick and give a shout out to some buddies we might have in here in the studio that's watching tonight. James Warrior, what's up, bro? Hell yeah. James has been with me for maybe the past couple of shows. Thanks for tuning in. He says he likes how the genre for you guys on Metallium is epic black metal. Not too many epic black metal bands come to my mind. And there's not too many. Absolutely. Who comes to mind? Your go-to?
Emperor.
Emperor, yes, dude.
That's like a big influence. Emperor,
big time.
When we saw Emperor in Dallas,
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like first Texas show since like 1999. Yeah, and my old guitar player John Lopez was like, dude, John, which is the front man, the guitar player, singing. He's like, that motherfucker's the Michael Jordan of black metal, man.
Yeah,
and I was like, he is, dude. Like he's just songwriting, and even though they haven't recorded an album since like 2000, 2001, they just do shows, but their songs, especially live, is still aged very well.
They stand the test of time, and they really influence so many. They're really like the fundamental, you know, of that.
Yeah.
That is tight, very tight. So let me ask you. Let me get started with a few things. So back in the day, like we kind of touched on before, you and John were getting at it around 2004. And how did you and John meet?
John Lopez?
Yeah.
School.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a funny story because I failed the 6th grade. We both went to South Park. I failed the 6th grade. He failed the 8th grade.
Okay.
So we did 4 years in middle school. So our 4th year is when we kind of like really met. We had kind of met before that, but we weren't really into like the music just as much. But by the time we did our 4th year in middle school, then we just like we're both already kind of into metal, and we're like talking about like starting a band. You know, we were into like, you know, Cradle Filth, Cannibal Corpse. You know what I mean? Like kind of like the gateway extreme metal bands, and we just kept talking about it. He showed up to my house. We were just like doing karaoke to like bands and stuff. We sounded like shit. We were playing the guitar, sounded like shit. But we just eventually just kept doing it, and we had like this little death metal band back when we were like 16 called Living Dissection, and it didn't really go anywhere. I mean, we kicked out the drummer because he wasn't into like metal like the way we were, and then and by the time 2006 came is when I joined Zaffron. And
how did we meet?
Well,
I forgot.
I met Henry.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I met Henry Elizondo in school, probably like
Henry.
I was like a sophomore or maybe a junior. Yeah, I think I was like 17. Yeah, and I brought over my Fender, and me and Henry were just jamming, just improvising. You know, he was playing guitar, I was just doing vocals, just improvising. I didn't even have lyrics, just improv.
Yeah, just jamming.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, I jam in this band. Do you want to be my drummer? Cool. He called John. John showed up with a Dimmy Borger shirt. I was like, cool, man. Like, I didn't even know this guy. And I was like, hey, I like him already.
Yeah.
We just John picked us up, and we went to his house when he lived off of Niagara Street out in the hood. And we just freestyle, just improv. Like, Henry was on my Fender guitar, and John was drumming. I was doing vocals, just improv.
Yeah.
And John had told Henry, like, hey, I like Robby's vocals. Like, you should have. I mean, Ben Towns had just left. Ben.
Oh,
yeah. And he was like asking me if he wants to join the band. At first I said no because I was loyal to what me and John Lopez were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and but then after a while I was just like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And that's when I was with them for 1 full year, left in 2007. Me and John continued to do what we were doing. Been through a couple of drummers, but it was just always garage shit, like always garage. We never did any shows or nothing, and it was just hard because especially drummers. I came with 2011 when he left Zaffron. I got word of it, and I hit him.
You got word. You're like, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
And we started the band. We showed up. We had a meeting. It was me, John Lopez, and then Albert. Albert Murphy. Yeah. And we all had sat down and out there in Niagara Street, just had a meeting, and we're like, hey, let's just jam, and we're like, well, we'll come up with a name. And then John was like, he was looking through his Mayan book. Text me. I had a flip phone. I'm sure he had a flip phone too at the time. He's like texting me all these names, and Votan. That one stood out. And I was like, what does that mean? And John was just like, oh, he looked into it. He was like, it means like God of death, God of warfare.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then it had like a little like parentheses said like the legend so old he's almost forgotten. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I like that. I was like, let's roll with that one. John's like, let's do it. And that's how the band was started. John ended up leaving the band 4 months after we started.
He's jammed like a little bit.
They did no shows or nothing.
Yeah.
John ended up leaving. He was dealing with a lot of like personal issues. He was just burned out for all the years of jamming in Zaffron, and you know what I mean. And
I was very burned out.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a break. You know what I mean. And then John Lopez left at the exact same time. I was like, God damn it! So it was just me and Albert, and then that's when we got I don't know if you remember Christian Milano.
Christian.
Yeah, that's when he was a drummer we first started doing shows with.
Really?
Back in the Zeros days. And then Henry Elizondo jumped on board on keyboards.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Okay. I bet if I saw Christian, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like the whole lineup, there's been like 16 people in Votan throughout all the years. So.
No shit.
Yeah.
You had a lot of alumni.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Did most of them like move out of town or?
I mean, pretty much good terms with like most of them. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, life happens and all that. And,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
John ended up coming back in 2018 when Xavier X-Man had he got diagnosed with brain cancer. And
oh, rest in peace, Xavier. Oh my goodness, cheers to the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he told me, he's like, he was sick. He's like, get John, dude, get John. And John had just got back into the scene, jamming with a band called Nocturnal Crypt. I don't know if you remember that. It was,
I heard the name, yeah.
Short-lived.
Yeah,
short-lived, okay.
Then he brought back Imperial with Eli. So he was in like both the bands. And and after Xavier got sick, he's like, just get John. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to hit him up. And John, we got Xavier's blessing, and John just took over the throne, and we just kept going.
And it's been steady since then?
Yeah.
7 years?
2018, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going on 7 years.
Really smooth.
Yeah, because you joined January of 18.
Damn, you remember?
Yeah.
I remember one yesterday.
So we actually had on second guitar, we had Carlos Llanas. He's the one that was in Hammermore. Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good buddy of mine. Take a drink to him.
Cheers
Shout out
to
Carlos.
him. All right, shout out Carlos. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to know about the name Votan, man, because it's a cool name, and I really like your logo. Looks
yeah.
Who designed that?
Some dude. Because we had another drummer named Hunter back in 2013, and he was from Midland and Odessa area.
Wow.
Yeah. He had just moved down here because he just wanted to get away from the desert. From what
For real, yeah.
Yeah. And at the time, we had this fucking piece of shit logo that looked like Batman. It was horrible. It only lasted me a few months, and he hit up his buddy from Portland, Oregon. I don't remember his name, but he just designed it, and we just loved it. He's like, it's y'all's, and we kept it ever since. So we've had that logo for 11 years.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a keeper.
Yeah,
very well done. Who writes like the lyrics for you guys, and do you delve into like Mayan mythology at the same time too?
In the earlier like votes and stuff, we were doing like on our first album, At One with the Serpent, we had a little bit of more like Mayan based stuff, but like lately we've been kind of like experimenting like away from those type of lyrics and just kind of doing more like, I mean, it's all fantasy stuff. We're not satanic. We don't sing about.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, we have this one song called "The Fire Scorn." It's actually about a serial killer. It's one of our more aggressive songs. And it's more about reality. It's about like a serial killer, and in his mind, he thinks he's the devil. So that's the only time we actually mention Satan. But it's not actually about, Satan himself. It's about the guy who thinks he is.
Yeah. But, very cool.
Yeah, I pretty much write most of the lyrics. But our keyboardist Abel, he's been helping out on some lyrics now. He's actually been writing some stuff too.
I don't think I heard that one, "The Fire Scorn."
Yeah, it's gonna be on our next.
It's in the next one. Okay.
Next recording, yeah.
I didn't think I came across that when I was going through the library.
Yeah, we're almost done with that recording. It's been kind of a long time in the making, scheduling and stuff, but we're just about. We got like one more recording session. That's it. And we're done.
Where y'all getting it done? Where you doing?
At Harbor.
Oh, at Harbor.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't get me started with that guy.
Okay. We'll save that for another day. Oh, cheers, good, Brian. Man. Yeah, cheers, Brian.
I'm not going to cheers him.
Okay. Well, back in 2016, that 8-song debut, when we just mentioned that one with the serpent, man, it fucking goes hard, dude.
Yeah.
And, just several of the tracks, like Scorn Through Malice, The Fallen Empire, The Plague Storm, just a few of the hard-hitting tracks are on that release. Do you still play some of those tracks live?
We only play Fallen Empire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were playing Plague Storm for a while. We were playing Death March to the Nile for a while, but that album was that lineup doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, that's what he had. I did the.
We should play those songs again.
Yeah, we're actually in 2026. We plan on performing that whole album live.
Whoa!
We're gonna relearn everything and.
Yeah. Relearn, damn.
That's gonna be badass.
Yeah, because that's the first. I mean, I recorded it all myself. At my apartment. We did the drums at, in Petronila at Buddy Sid's house.
Yeah.
But everything else was at my old apartment back at the...
And that was you on drums too?
No. That was Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah.
That was Xavier.
Because it was me. I did the, the guitars, vocals, and actually did the keyboards on that one. We had John Lopez on second guitar, and then you had Max was on bass, and then we had Xavier on drums.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That lineup doesn't exist anymore, but it's still a really... Like when we first recorded that album, I was just kind of like, man, this is so raw. I mean, I did it all myself. I didn't really know what I was doing as far as like EQing and all that.
Experimental learning as you went.
Yeah, very raw. I mean, you could hear everything, but it's just still very raw. And I was just kind of like, oh. But then as time goes on, when I listen to it now, I'm like, man, I actually like the way it aged.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's been 8 years.
Yeah.
So
badass.
Yeah.
Good work. Hey, that's where it all stems from.
Yeah.
You gotta have some drive, and no one's gonna do us any favors.
Hell no.
No one's gonna give us a shit. We gotta fucking care about all this stuff, and the only way it's gonna get from A to Z is with a lot of hard work and determination. You know, and a lot of muscle, a lot of hustle behind it. You know,
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a labor of love, and guys like us, I feel like we'll be doing it till we can't do it anymore. Till we can't fucking do it anymore. I can't imagine
walkers and
still right.
Trying to jam.
I'm waiting to see, going to these shows, waiting to see like my older generation, those guys, how old, we're gonna see 70, 80-year-old guys going to see Lamb of God or Pantera or Slayer or something.
You're gonna see a nurse come in with medication.
The years are going by, and so many of the bands have come back around. Exodus is still alive and kicking hard. Death Angel, Testament still rocking.
We just saw Creator being Albert. Creator,
Yes.
Yeah, we saw King Diamond too. It was pretty cool because me and Albert, we got the VIPs. We actually got to meet.
Get out of here! You met the king.
Yeah. And I felt bad because you're not supposed to touch them.
Okay.
I went like that, like, King, it's nice to meet you.
Pound,
Like, I was like, you're not supposed to do that. King did it though. He did. I was like, oh, I got a fist bump from the King.
Yes.
The guys that were like the staff.
Oh, really? You're not supposed to touch them?
You're not supposed to touch them.
They don't want you to come in for a hug or anything like that. Or shake his hand.
They don't want the COVID, I guess.
Yeah, I get it, man. COVID fucked everything up, man.
I know, right?
Son of a bitch. But I'm so glad that it's in the rearview mirror and shows are back because God, for what is it, maybe 2 years, or it sure seemed like an eternity when there wasn't anything going on, a show to go to see. You had to watch your favorite bands on YouTube, and if they had the drive, they were putting it on a live stream or something. Yeah, and that was really cool. It changed the way we got our music for a while. Yeah, because we weren't able to get it the old-fashioned way by going to a show in Houston or San Antonio to see our favorite bands. Yeah. And I say those places because we don't get those great black metal bands here. You gotta go out of town.
You gotta go out of town.
Houston, Dallas, it's it's our best bet.
It's very rare we get anything.
Yeah. And a lot of the best ones, the famous ones, are from overseas.
Yes.
So they come over once every 20 years. It seems like. Yeah, damn. So you can't afford to miss them. Yeah, exactly. Can't afford to miss them at all. Hell yeah. So thinking about that, your voice has been evolving through all this time, man. And so in the first release, you mixed up a lot of death metal vocals with your black metal style, and it fucking came across heavy, very fucking heavy. But what was it like transitioning from your death metal, or I know for me, death metal is kind of my comfort zone. Right. I did that like in 10 years, its integrity, and it kind of morphed it a little bit differently in Killamora, but still kept, some hardness and some lows. But transitioning to where you're doing more highs. Yeah. In that black metal style. Yeah. And I remember you mentioned a minute ago how, practicing in the garage, and everything kind of sounded like shit, but gradually it started getting better. Yeah. And that's just crazy. Did anything happen to your vocal cords or anything?
I don't think so. I just got better at using my diaphragm properly.
Yes. Yeah. That's the tool.
Yeah. And I try to like sink it in. And it actually got better too when I was playing. Because when I sang with Zaphron, I was just singing. Yeah. And when I started like really playing guitar, I get like over the years just doing it, and then singing at the same time, I was able to like be in the same synchronization as what I was playing here, just naturally, just kind of.
Yes.
Like it would still be a high, but if it was like, it just depends where I was at here, then I would try to match the. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
So yeah, I mean, and just I don't know, just kept doing it. I tried to get. It was weird because when I sang for Zaphron, my voice was super high, and then once Votan came around, it wasn't as high, and then I was like doing a lot of lows too, and then I felt like at one point I kind of lost my lows because I was just practicing more highs.
Yeah. And
I was just wasn't very confident about my lows for a couple of years. But
because you knew where they were before.
Yeah. But today, I feel like my lows are as best as they've ever been because I'm just getting back into a lot of lows, and I have been listening to a lot of OPEP too, and that dude has a freaking badass deep vocals. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially his work with Bloodbath, the singer.
Oh shit.
And so yeah, and I was like obsessing over Opeth for like a good while. So I just started like, kind of like not like trying to like imitate him, but like just kind of like to get that kind of style.
You can learn a lot by just singing along to your favorite bands.
Yeah.
I think, me being in Fistful of Metal, doing the cover thing for going over 15 years has made me a better singer. Yeah. Singing Slayer, singing Pantera, and try and get it to as close as you could. Really just it broadens your range. And just working it like that, man. Just like you said, the determination and saying, you know what, I want to, who you like. Yeah. Who were you kind of like saying, like, who's your favorite vocalist? Like, man, if I get to where he's at.
I would say former singer of a band called Dark Funeral.
Dark Funeral, yeah.
He goes by Emperor Magnus Caligula. Like, he was like, his highs and lows were like perfect. Yes. And I remember, like, I had this live Dark Funeral album. It was live in Chile, and I think it was released like in 2004 or 2005. And there's this thing, he was just like, I've been screaming like this for over 18 years, and this motherfucker's like, yeah, keep me going. And then I remember back in those days, I was just like, fuck, man, I wish one day I could get like that. And when I actually just got it on vinyl recently. Wow. Me and Albert were jamming it, and that part came on, and I was like, fuck, I've been screaming that long too. What the fuck?
Yes. No wonder you're feeling like I'm at the best in the best you've been so far, man. Mm-hmm. And it pays off, man. And the same thing kind of translates in drumming as well, right?
Yeah.
What you mean? What?
The consistency, doing it for
so long.
How long you been on the kit now?
I started playing drums since I was I started percussion at 6th grade. That was in Windshield. In 90.
In the band?
No, well, yeah, it was a
school band. You learned to read music?
School band. Yeah, I was in the snare.
Yeah.
I wanted to play the drums. Neil Peart.
Yes, Professor, rest in peace. Neil Peart.
That's the guy that made me play the drums.
That's the guy.
Fuck yeah.
What song?
Well, when I was a kid,
songs.
When I was a kid, it was Tom Sawyer.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Then I heard 2112. I was just like, fucking
YYZ. Yes.
YYZ. Moving Pictures. One of my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Counterparts. Roll the Bones.
Subdivision.
Right. Subdivisions too. Yes.
Test for Echo.
Test for Echo. That was
good stuff too. Yeah.
But I've been playing the drums since I'm 43 right now, so I've been playing. I guess since I was 11, 12.
Wow, hell yeah, 32 years under the belt.
I guess so. But you know, when I play live, I have my ups and downs. Sometimes I suck, and sometimes I'm pretty good. I find out that I play better out of town than in town.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's a different mindset. And I guess, to be honest, like I'm just so bored playing here. Corpus.
It happens, bro.
And I don't feel the
because it is like the same thing over and over.
It's just
although we did have a good experience at Diddle Fest.
It was okay. It was good. I liked it, but I just feel we have better. I feel really good playing out of town and
we belong on the road more.
Yeah, I do a lot better.
I get it, and I think part of that may be just when you're doing those out of town shows, it's going to be more of a match into the black metal genre that you guys are
That's the thing. That's the thing.
And here you guys are lone wolves.
Yeah, because everybody's into like metalcore, thrash, which I respect.
They're great at what we have so many badass bands that are great at what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you guys are the only ones doing what you do.
Yeah. That's why for a while, man, I had stopped doing it. But for a while, I had Lords of War promotions.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not dead. I mean, but I was bringing, because there wasn't no like black metal.
You had to do it yourself, man.
So I was bringing a bunch of bands down, and we haven't really booked any shows like that under Lords of War promotions, mainly because we've been focusing on the band more.
Yeah.
Because we do want to hit the road and stuff. But I've been having some ideas of bringing some bands back down to try to help the scene a little more.
To give the scene.
There's some times where we do that. Well, Asgram.
Yeah, we have Asgram from the Netherlands. They're all female black metal band. They're pretty popular.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a good show.
We had Thornspawn. I don't know if you remember Thornspawn back in the day.
Fuck yeah.
And I bought a Mortuary from Mexico. The old school,
yes.
old school death metal band.
See, I could do shows like that, I guess. But
for sure.
If we're doing a normal show, like if someone invites us,
It's just
I just don't feel. I don't know. It's just where
we do belong on the road more. I think so. As far as like,
well, not just the road, but it's just like our people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I
get like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you get an adrenaline rush when you know there's a crowd out there.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can tell by the war jackets and the patches they have. Like, oh fuck yeah,
something different.
We got a lot of sick guys out here. They're gonna fucking dig it tonight. Yes, you can tell. It's like when you went to when you saw us Annihilator play at the Destroying Texas Fest.
Badass.
I saw everybody's in their fucking war vest. I was like, I love it. It's gonna be we better go hard. These guys are here to fucking hear some heavy shit.
That was you guys did really good. And I was really interested on y'all's set too.
I mean, how we coming back, right?
Yeah,
that was our first show together.
Yeah, because I mean, Alex Dominguez, forgive me, but we have played with the other version of Annihilator at House of Rock.
Yes.
You know, Mark Little's version. You know, what I mean, even though the lawsuit happened, you know, whatever. I mean, I enjoyed both sets like very well. You know, I thought Mark Little, Dillo, Roland, and Oscar, and Dave. I think they did a fantastic job on playing those songs. And Dillo, he's freaking amazing at what he does. And I mean, and I was just like, holy shit! And that sounded like the old school now, like his Mark's voice.
Yes.
And I was just like, man, like it was an honor. And I mean, the whole lawsuit happened, whatever. I mean, it's cool. I mean, regardless, I'm a supporter of Annihilator, whoever stuck with the name. I mean, I just messaged Alex. He hasn't responded about getting the CD.
Oh, badass. All right.
So I was just kind of interested. I'm like, man, I wonder how, you know, for example, I was ready for nuclear destruction. So I was like, man, I want to see how JD and you guys do it compared to when I saw, you know, Mark's version of House of Rock. You know what I mean? And so it was very interesting. And but regardless, I mean, you guys sounded amazing. Dude. Like I was really, and even my homegirl Andrea was like, man, I'm so proud of Tony.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's. When you jump into a band that's already got their shit together and has a vocalist like Mark that's got a trademark sound. You know, it's not easy. And even me doing some of during the rehearsals, learning some of his lines, the way he sings it on a couple of parts, is kind of contradicting to my normal singing style and my phrasing, the way I would feel it. So I would kind of sing it my way, and Alex would be like, "Nah, dude, you got to sing it like Mark, bro." And I said, oh, okay, I get it. He goes, yeah, man, it sounds good the way you're doing it, but the fans are gonna expect to hear it like that. Do it like that. Well, and I get it. And I was like, okay, cool. I play in a cover band, so I know how it goes. I know how it goes. So
that's
it's
a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I expect that when I go see other cover bands. I want them to be good. And I don't want the singer to be looking off of the lyrics. I want them to know their lyrics, just like the guitar player knows all their shit. You know, so doing the Annihilator thing, that was nervous because it's the first time we ever really played as a band together. And we had 2 rehearsals, but you know, I didn't write the music with the guys. I wasn't there for the making of everything, like when you guys are recording or producing all your music. So it was rough, but it's one of those kind of things where you just overcome it. But thanks for getting out there and supporting us that night. Man. That was a badass video you got of us too.
And it's cool because, you know, this whole, like, you know, 2 Annihilators right now, I mean, you guys, you know, got the lawsuit, and this is where Annihilator is at, and this is where, you know, there's better things for Annihilator. You know what I mean? This is how you guys sound like. That's what it is. And you know what I mean? So I don't think there should be taking sides and just support the name, the band. You know, that's the most important thing is the name, you know what I mean? Versus the members.
That's the way I feel too. You know, I was asked to come in after everything was already kind of in the works about trademarks and this and that. And really, I'm looking for an opportunity. I want to play with great musicians, bro. And if that comes across my plate and I can do it, I'm gonna take advantage. And I got lots of love for Dillo and David and Oscar and Mark and what they've already done. And I wish everybody the best. And I want us all to get along. And we do. I see Dave and Dillo at the shows all the time. We're the best of friends still. We don't let this get in the middle of us, because this is just we all play in bands.
And we're all grown men too.
We're grown men, exactly. We don't need to be doing anything else but just kind of supporting each other.
I mean, I go to Dillo's house often. We drink a beer. We talk about it. He doesn't have anything bad to say about anybody.
And neither do I. Neither do I, man. Good people, man. Definitely.
What's cool, like the kind of footage I got of you guys at a same camera, I got that whole set that they did at House Rock, and then I had a second I had a second camera just on Dave. So I was gonna upload that footage on YouTube, but obviously the lawsuit had happened. But I had it burned on a CD.
Oh shit!
I had it burned on on a DVD. Sorry, on a DVD, and I have all the members of them have it. So,
badass. You took care of them, dude. That's badass.
Yeah. And Albert helped me with the DVD. It looks like a straight bootleg, but it's like, I mean, it has the pictures and everything. And it's free. It's really
that's
good
very
footage.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yes. I hope somebody does that for one of our Annihilator shows one day. Yes, but you already took care of me on that Destroyed Text. That was awesome.
More to come too.
I hope so. I hope so. And hope maybe we'll be able to jam together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we're definitely along the same veins.
Yeah.
And
Alex
love to make that happen.
Alex mentioned that to me too at Destroying Texas Fest about, it's like jamming together pretty soon in Houston.
Good.
Yeah.
Good in Houston too, right?
There
Like
you
when I'm making the road trips. Oh yes, fuck yeah. So, next thing, how would you describe your songwriting process? Who comes up with the riffs first? Do you come up with some guitar riffs?
I can't.
So that would be epic.
Oh,
I
that
can't
would be epic, right?
He saved my life.
No, usually, from the past stuff, usually it's, I usually write most of the stuff, and I start off with the guitar.
Yeah.
I pretty much write it all on guitar first, and then I just take it to John. Comes up with drum beats, and I'll throw suggestions like, oh, maybe you should like blast here, or maybe kind of like just groove.
Here's what I'm hearing right here.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes if we do, you started with a riff, and then we do like improv.
Yeah, and sometimes
it's like sometimes that sounds like, you know what?
Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Yeah.
That was good. And
yes.
he records it.
Just so I don't forget.
Right.
Yeah.
Forget. So, well, that's one of our.
That's what we've been doing lately. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Recording the jams.
Yeah, just like do like an improv. Like fuck it. It's improv and just jam it. You have to improv. I mean, I like improv.
I do.
I love
yes.
See, but lately, our keyboardist Abel, he's been writing a bunch of stuff lately too. He's not much of a guitar player, but he'll write everything on his Guitar Pro program.
Oh,
and he'll send it to me, and it sounds like straight 8-bit music, but it's you could hear everything. He programs like the 8 drums, like the guitars, and
it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, he'll send me the tablatures and all that, and and then he just like, obviously I had my techniques and stuff, and then it comes out very well.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And so would you say we get a taste of that on the last recording?
The last recording, like,
I forget it's finished.
The Gathering of the Ancient Ones was the EP we did in like
2020.
Something like that, yeah. And then, but the new one.
Did that kind of happen? Did the same songwriting happen like that? Or is that
no. That was all me, but we had one song, Lament of Our Enemies, that Carlos.
It's a jam.
He made some of the riffs on that one. Even though by the time we recorded it, he wasn't in the band anymore, but we still held on to that song. Because me and him both wrote on the music to that song, and I wrote the lyrics. And when John Lopez came back, he learned it, and he recorded pretty much Carlos's part.
You don't play that song in a while.
Yeah, we still play that live. Not live. We played it live in San Antonio, actually. The last time we played in San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, we played it live.
I don't remember.
That's a jam.
Yeah.
We don't fucking jam.
We play it at practice. We just, it's on our back pocket. We just don't bust it out live that much. But every now and then we might. And
it's a good thing that you guys are recording your jam sessions because when you're doing that improv, what comes naturally out of you guys spending the over 10 years jamming together is some of the best stuff that's going to happen because it comes naturally. It's a very organic.
You have that chemistry.
Yeah.
You have to have a chemistry. Yeah.
To last.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got to get along.
Yeah. And see, and
that's the first part.
Right.
That's the first part.
Going back to like the writing, like if anybody writes for Votan, it stays with Votan. Like, that's what it is. Like we have.
It stays exactly. Yeah, you leave it. If you leave the band, it's like, hey, it's gonna stay here with the band.
Yeah.
Good. Like that's how I always felt. Like Killamora, we had people coming and going too, but whatever we make together here is gonna stay.
Yeah.
Here.
Like we have this one song called "Ghost of the Psalm." Joe from Funeral Ash, when he was in the band, he wrote all the lyrics and all the music. He does the lead vocals on that one, and I kind of do the backing vocals with him in the chorus, and then I do like the outro vocals and
we still give him credit.
Yeah, but we still play that song.
All right.
But obviously now I'm doing all the vocals on it, but we have the lyrics, like everything. We still do that song because
cool.
Yeah, it's the way I look at it, ain't my songs. Votan song. Yeah.
Exactly. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And when as a band starts getting as the legacy as the legacy starts continuing, it's kind of like I can use Metallica as an analogy that Metallica's huge.
Yeah.
It's like its own Apple software. You know what I mean? It's huge. It's bigger than the band. So the guys are just kind of, they're pieces of the tools that kind of just make this monster keep rocking. Yeah. And it's gonna go on with or without them. You know, but that's good. That's good. I don't think Votan would ever go on without you.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
It's hard on the vocalist. You know, when the vocalist brings so much to the table, because that's that trademark sound and the way you've grown over just the 2 recordings that I've listened to. I can't wait to hear the next one. Yeah, you hear the evolution of your voice. Yeah, it will. Hell yes. Yeah. But that's what I know being a vocalist. You know, the last thing I've joined or started up was an AC/DC tribute, and trying to sing like Brian Johnson. Yeah, man, hell, shit, dude. I rip shit in my voice. And when I went to go record with JD down in the valley for Annihilator, it was like 2 days after I had done a rehearsal, and he's like, "You don't really sound like you did before," because we first did 4 tracks here in this studio, and then we did the other 4 over there. And I said, I just started I started this AC/DC tribute, and I started singing like him. He's like, "Fuck." Well, you know, Brian Johnson. You don't sound like Brian Johnson when he's singing. He sounds a little different, and your voice is different than when you sing too. So you might be pushing yourself to a point that your vocals aren't ready for, or aren't built for. And I was like, I'm gonna do it.
He sounds like he smokes a lot.
Yeah, dude. Yes. But he's able to hit some highs on some of these tracks, like on Back in Black, like on Hell's Bells. You know, like wow, the motherfucker. We had rehearsal last night, and they were doing Hell's Bells, and I sang it. I'm like, that's going to the very bottom of the list because it's fucking high, and it's tough to sing like that. So that's why I asked if maybe you had something go on vocally to your vocal cords as you were doing more black metal voice.
I mean, really, there's a technique. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm kind of like exhaling and inhaling at the same time. It's kind of like I can't really explain.
The breathing of what we do is so crucial. So crucial, especially what you're doing now, playing guitar is. Wow, man, that's very admirable from the singer's point of view. I've always wanted to sing and play guitar too, and I did it for a little while on Syntegrity until another guitar player that was better than me wanted to do it and said, "You got the job." Speaking
of Syntegrity, how do I get a hold of that music?
You know, we only have it on YouTube. Thanks to our friend Sergio Elizondo with CC Riffs, and he put these flyer and poster art exhibits together. He's come over to the house, and I shared a bunch of my stuff with him and VHS tapes and old CDs that I had of Syntegrity. So he's posting them up online, and look it up.
Has it just been uploaded recently?
Probably within the last month, 2 months.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I tried searching for like a year ago. I couldn't find anything.
I think he's got a show on there that's got like Syntegrity, Chthonic, Crucifixion.
Oh, sure.
From here over at man, I think it was called Backdrafts at the time, right off a Storis.
I remember Backdrafts.
And it was a 666 show.
Old school, dude.
Oh yeah,
that's old school, dude.
And I don't know if I gave him the VHS tape, but there's also a show that we did with Syntegrity, Crucifixion, and Pyrexia. And Pyrexia came on the first album. Yeah, dude. Oh shit, it was tight. I remember that one because the VHS recording was at the back of the place, like where the restrooms were at Backdrafts. And we had a friend of ours that I worked with named Big Tom. And he was all of Big Tom, dude. He was Crusher, about 6'5", 300 pounds. Good friend of ours. But what I always remember this video, and I want to, and rest in peace, Big Tom. He's not with us anymore. When he was moshing the crowd, he was like, he's a big guy. And there was usually smaller guys around in the pit. He would be like that. He would squash it, go around the pit. And you saw that in a video. We used to have the greatest time watching Tom do his thing in the pit. So, and I'm sure you guys have seen some people in the pit doing their thing in a particular way. It's like, wow, look at that crazy motherfucker. But when somebody going to jump him, or you know what I mean? He's having too much fun out there or something. But, the pits are something that I've retired from. I definitely retired. I went to Lamb of God when they played with Anthrax over here at the Pavilion, and I got in there for the last song of Redneck, and I felt like I was gonna have a fucking panic attack. Shit. I went in the pit like 3 times around, and I fucking stood at the side. I got the shirt. I grabbed the hand or a shirt of somebody next to me. I said, hey, dude, help me out. He's like, hey, what the fuck are you? Help me out, dude. I think I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack.
Get me out of here.
Well, take care of me. And so that was the last time. But man, I wanted to get back in. You get the urge.
I'll still go in the pit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 43.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, you know,
I'm 54.
Okay, well, maybe when I'm that age.
Maybe, right? But hey, keep living the moment,
I still
dude.
go at it.
Yes, man.
When Emperor shit.
Yeah.
Cradle Filth.
Yes.
I saw them when they were doing what's that album?
Cruelty of the Beast.
Cruelty of the Beast. Holy shit! And then the inside when they came here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was too late.
That was a good one, dude. I missed that one, dude. I see some video of that.
Once Upon a Cross, I was like, holy shit, man.
That's how I felt the Creator. I kind of ran out of breath on Creator. I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, shit.
I still got it in there.
Yes.
I don't need a Viagra. I will go in there.
That's right. Did they do anything off of Pleasure to Kill?
They did one song.
Rite of Violence.
No, it was.
They
did one song. It was like one of the last.
It was like Pleasure to Kill, the Guillotine.
It wasn't the Guillotine.
Oh shit! But that was like my go-to growing up was that Pleasure to Kill. Sick. I love Millie's voice.
Yeah, I would say my favorite Creator album was Extreme Aggression.
Ooh.
Yeah, the last one from the.
That was like when they hit a major label, right?
Yeah.
When did they come?
They came to San Antonio like
maybe a couple of
months ago.
Something like
that. 2 months ago?
Yeah, with Possessed and Testament.
Yeah, Testament and Possessed.
Possessed tore it up, man. That was the second time seeing Possessed. Really good.
Oh, that was in October, right?
Did they have the original guitar players? Was Larry?
No, it was a. I forgot their names, but it was. I mean, the guitar players they've had since like 2014 or something like that.
Sickness, dude.
Yeah.
Yes. Who was on the kit? Was it Emilio Marquez?
So
Yeah. Tight. I love that guy. So let me move on to the next one. So when you record a gathering of the ancient ones, well, my question was, who recorded that one? Did you do all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I brought my whole laptop and went to John's house, and since he uses triggers, I had to bring 2 interfaces. So one was the triggers, the double kick was direct, and then everything else was mic'd up. Yeah. The overheads, all that, and then I plugged in my guitar with my amp, but John went into it on the headphones, and we had some pretty good headphones where you can't really hear much. It's almost as good as like gun headphones. Yeah. So all I can hear is my guitar. That's it. He's just doing whatever. He's just jamming, and we did it pretty much all in one take. We got it down pretty.
It was in one take. My performance. I didn't like it.
He didn't like it. I thought it was badass. And then
I was using different pedals.
Everything else I did. Everything else I did at my apartment.
Pedals make a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, pedals make a difference.
Yeah.
What kind are you using now?
I use the Pro Eliminators, Demon Drive. But they came out with these new ones this year. They're like similar to like a hybrid. I want to say like Axis and Trick.
Oh shit!
And they're $1,200, but I'm gonna buy them.
It's worth it, right? I get it, dude.
Like fucking, but the Pro Eliminators, the Demon Drives. Oh, I love them. They're so good. They're so smooth. Yeah. I don't like Axis. I like Trick. But Axis, the metal it's cheap metal. I mean, they're good, they're smooth, but it's cheap metal.
Makes a difference. I know.
You could drop a Pearl Eliminator, a 2-story building, and it'll still be good. They're good, exactly. The metal is super phenomenal. It's hardware.
And you're right, man. The pedals make a world of difference as a drummer. Shit. It's kind of like the feel of the neck on the guitar.
Man, I don't like the dual chain, but the Demon Drives, holy shit.
They let you do you. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
It's foot porn.
Let me see who else I got in here real quick before we move on. All right. James, what's up? Pierre Gaza, thanks for coming in. James, Pierre, again. Lori, hey, what's up? Honey, thanks for tuning in tonight. Evan Williams.
Hey, I like it.
Yes. Negative audio, or the mic's on, or is this just the phone mic? It's the phone mic. All right. Hey. So I want to let you know, if you got any questions for the band, make sure you tap them in here, okay? So we're going in about 15 minutes. We're doing good on timing. So let's keep going. So, every track on the last EP from 2020 Rages, man. That's a good one, man. You got that nice opener, instrumental, and then it goes into Raging Genocide. Oh, yeah. We talked about The Man of Our Enemies. Am I pronouncing the next title right? Chaks
Throne, yeah.
Chaks, okay, Chaks Throne, and then Ruins of Old. Hell yeah. Epic songs, long songs. Hell yeah, but not as long as some of the ones you had on the previous recording.
Hey, we're not our songs. Our songs aren't as long as what they used to be, especially now, like our ones we play live. But we're something else.
Yeah, man, it's a good one. 7, 8 minute songs in there. Hell.
Yeah, we've gone away from that, but the thing about this recording, Gathering the Ancient Ones, I had a little bit more knowledge compared to I went with the Serpent.
Yeah.
So I learned about like compressing stuff, like the drums and like all that, just mixing a little bit better. But even when I was recording it, mixing and mastering it, I was just like, man, I just don't have the knowledge yet to make it sound even more professional. But I just did what I knew at the time, but going into Harbor, seeing Brian, I'm like kind of learning things about how he's doing it.
Good. Yes. Taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yes. That's awesome. That's what you need to be doing.
The next recording we're gonna do, we're actually we're thinking about going through Eli. We like the way he works too.
Okay. Eli, he's been buying the whole entire warehouse of Sweetwater. And he's a really good friend of mine, and we've been jamming together. I'm in a side project with him.
Yeah.
And it's very progressive and everything, but like when we record, when I jam with him, oh my god, it sounds really good.
Yeah. And
I really want to, I guess, mix the latest album with Eli. He's willing to mix it.
Oh, okay, good.
So I'm not gonna say any more.
Gotcha.
About Harbor, but we're gonna do everything from Eli.
Cool.
So
that sounds good. He's making the investment. He's gonna be ready for you.
God, yeah, he's probably spent like $10,000, and he owes. Sorry about it. But he probably owes like $2,000 more.
Yeah.
And he it's like he cannot stop buying.
Yes.
And everything sounds phenomenal. And
cool.
So, I can't wait to.
I'm glad you're pumped up about that. Let him put some magic on there.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
It smells nice.
So, like, out of these tracks that came out, what would you say? What's Chaks Throne about? Is there a theme going on with these?
Yeah, that was about this, like the Mayan rain god, kind of like our like version of it. You know,
Shock.
Yeah, kind of like our like fantasy about it. It's pretty much coming down and
he's
just
the god of
flooding the world,
life and fertility.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only Votan song we have never played live.
Chaks Throne.
Yeah, that's the only one we've never played that one live. We played Ruins. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
We're gonna do that live.
We just came up with like newer songs and just kind of like kept
I'm gonna learn it tomorrow. I'm gonna play it live.
Yeah.
We played Ruins of Old live once, but with the old lineup. See, the fun thing about that EP, all those songs were written with the old lineup when it was me, Carlos on guitar, Max on bass, and Xavier on drums. Like, we used to rehearse those 4 songs all the time, but we just never recorded it. And as time went on, by the time we recorded that album, it was me, John Lopez had came back, second guitar, Abel was on keyboards, Albert came back, and then John was on drums.
Yeah.
So we did that album, and then we kind of just like moved forward and started working on new stuff. Yeah.
Now with the new lineup, it was like, hey, let's start writing some new stuff.
Yeah. But we were still playing Raging Genocide live a lot at the time, and Lament, but it didn't last too long because we ended up just making newer songs.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like we were talking about the other one, the Fallen Empire.
Yeah, that one's never been out of our set.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're always gonna play that. That's like our anthem.
Yes, bro. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know, when Killamore, after maybe having about 30 songs put together over, about 10 years or so, and you would think we would have more, but it's tough when you got guys that work in the oil field. You know, Izzy worked in the oil field all the time. And so there'd be times where I'd only see him like once every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And so the writing process is a slow moving process. And sometimes it's only been me, Izzy, and Fidel. And I was very comfortable with that. 3 guys, to me, it's like, it's easier to to write music with 3 guys and 5 guys, because you get the 4th and 5th one. Everybody wants to put their ideas in.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to. I can say it. I'm very stubborn. So like when it comes to lyrics, it got to be all my lyrics.
Hell yeah.
When I did a night, yeah, and I'm the one that's coming up the. It's easier for me to remember if I do my own shit.
Yeah.
So for Annihilator, it was different because I wrote like a book. And so JD, when I saw JD, he's like, dude, this is way too many fucking lyrics. I don't need you singing on every fucking line, every riff, So we're gonna scratch all this off, and I love the way we were able to collaborate and keep the good stuff. And so I got plenty of stuff for the next couple of songs now, but just sometimes I can't. It's got to be mine.
Yeah,
it's got to be mine, and. That's what I'm looking forward to. The next time when Nyla gets together, we'll all be doing it together in the room, and it'll be more organic that way. But it's something. I'm stubborn, man. I'm stubborn, and the fewer minds that come together to do it, sometimes it's easier. I had a time before I had Warco going on. We had Existing Anger, and the 5 of us, we couldn't agree on anything. We couldn't agree on the name, and so we ended up leaving. Me and David, we went our way, and Spidey and them went their way, and things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
But yes, it's another part of the thing that you guys got to get along. And
chemistry.
Yeah, that chemistry. And we're all brothers, and it's all good. We jammed together in bands before. I was with those guys at Screwface, but sometimes you got to find that common ground. And we couldn't find it with this band. We couldn't find it with us in that room. So we went our separate ways. And now I'm where I'm at now. And it's kind of funny because now we got Brian from Syntegrity, playing bass with us now. And so it's kind of cool when you have an old buddy come back to the band.
I'm sure that's how Alex felt when you came back to
I hope so. Yeah, I think so. It's like, hey, he knows what he's doing. It's going to be cool. He's going to do his homework. And I knew same thing with Alex, he's going to bring it. So it's all good. So let me ask you this. Tell me about that show in Mexico.
Oh, man, that was one of the best shows we ever played.
Fuck, yeah. Were you at that one?
No.
Xavier was.
Okay.
It was me, Xavier, Max, and John Lopez was supposed to be there, but he just got scared.
I wish I was.
He didn't want to make the trip overseas?
He didn't want to make the trip. Over the border. He's like, I can't do it, man. And I'm like, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the promoter's going to, mind you, it was in Nuevo Laredo. So it was
pretty close.
It's close,
really
but
close.
It's pretty
not
rough.
Like Mexico City.
Yeah. But, it is a cartel border town.
Of course, yeah.
But, I trusted Eddie. He was in a band called Astaroth, and now changed her name to, I believe, Devil Mass. And he's the one. And he's the one that brought us over there. He drove us over there, drove us back, and it was fine. He's like, dude, nothing's gonna happen to you guys, I promise. He's like, you're only gonna get in trouble if you're looking for trouble.
That's it. Cool.
Yeah. And but man, those people in the like here, everyone's always outside smoking cigarettes while bands are playing.
Okay.
Yeah, over there they smoke inside, so they have no reason to go outside. It was packed too.
Yeah.
And they get excited. And we're like, oh, we are Votan from the United States, and it's like, oh, yeah. The Indio beer was $1.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. The beer there is cheap.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell
I used to live there.
And Andy from Division Black Noise, he was at the show. He came and he's like, hey, you want to match a 40? Like, what do you mean? It was a freaking big old 40-ounce freaking Mickey that he got from the bar. I was like, holy shit, they sell 40 ounces here?
You could get a cake for $5.
David,
no kidding. Can you
yes, go for it.
They gave us. They had a cake there too. We didn't even finish it because it was a lot of them. Big old pastor tacos, like huge, dude. Like, that was a really good experience. It was us and my buddies from a band called Ominous Hand from Louisiana.
Cool.
Yeah, and then other buddies from a band called Stago Toro from San Antonio. So it was us three bands that played that night. It was
wow.
Yeah. There's footage of it on YouTube. It's just really dark.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was
because being inside the venue was dark.
Yeah, it was very dark. It was a place called La Phoenix Bar, something like that.
All right.
And, it was me, Max, and Xavier. It was a 3-piece. We didn't have keyboards at the time.
Too bad John got spooked out.
He got spooked out, man. And when we got back, he was like, "Fuck, man, I should have went. Like this shit looked fun." I was
Fuck yeah!
Told you, man.
Went, dude. What year was that?
16.
2016. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, not too far back.
Not too far back.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know, when I was down there in the valley, I had spent 3 months before I went to work for Gaddy Town Pizza. I was the manager over here at the Gaddy Town we had here in Corpus, and I spent 3 months down there while they were building the place. And one night, while I was working with the guys in the kitchen, they said, "Hey, let's go to Boys Town. Let's go check it out. It'll be our treat." And I was like, "Damn, that sounds like fun. Fuck yeah, I'll go with y'all." And then my boss, Tom, he goes, "You can't go to Boys Town. We're closed. We're cleaning up the pizza oven tonight." And I said, "Tonight?" He goes, "Yeah, we do it once a month. Tonight's gonna be the night. You don't need to be going with these guys over there anyway." I said, "All right, well, I guess I can't go, guys. All right." The next morning, I saw the guys. They got stopped by the police over there,
shit.
and they took everything, everything
okay.
from them, all their money, all their beer, all the jale, all the shit they had. Chinga. And so they showed up. They go, "Dude, you're lucky you didn't go."
Damn.
I said, "Damn, oh my God."
The universe was on your side.
Yeah. So, you know, God works in mysterious ways and kept me out of trouble that time. And I never went to Boys Town because after that, I was like, fuck that. I don't want to go down there.
Yeah.
Shit. So I knew what John's talking about. You never know. But
that is true. You never know.
But just like your friend said, it's like you're not going to find trouble unless you're looking for it.
Yeah.
So don't look for it.
Yeah.
You mind your own business. Yeah, it should be pretty cool.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the next one. So moving on. Who got you inspired to get on the vocals and playing guitar? Or which one came first? Guitar, right?
Yeah. Oh man, probably about the same time.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as a kid, when I was like 12, 13, I started off with bands like Mudvayne, Slipknot. You know what I mean? I mean, that's all. That's
90s?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all that was. I mean, I didn't. As a kid, I had no access to go looking for a black metal, death metal. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
And you know, like Mudvayne was like one of the first bands I saw on TV, like on MTV, and that song "Dig."
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh, what the hell?
The makeup and all that.
To me, rock and roll was always like what my uncle Rick used to listen to, freaking Cinderella, freaking.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
80s hair metal.
Yeah. That he was all into, Van Halen, like all that stuff, and I was like, to me, I thought that was rock and roll. I mean, I didn't, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, and then when I saw Mudvayne, I was like, this the hell, and then. You know, I got into like Soulfly, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's surprising I actually saw you guys, Killamore, when you were in Face Paint.
Sure.
At Conquer Street. That's when I was still in that mindset.
Oh, you were there. I was at that show right there.
Yeah.
The Sound the Underground, dude.
No, it was I think for El Nino.
Oh, the El Nino gig.
I think they were headlining or something.
They were headlining with Flaw and I think 40 Below Summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I was still kind of in that mindset, but when I saw Slayer, I was just like, what the hell? And my Uncle Rick, he took me over there to see Slayer and yeah, then I was
Concrete Street?
Yeah, Concrete Street. It's on the big stage.
No,
So maybe like
the one I always think about that always comes to mind is the Divine Intervention that happened over at Texas Sky. But when they came over here, it might have been Christ Illusion.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those albums right there.
Okay. Texas Sky.
Me too. Yeah, that was great. So your Uncle Rick?
Yeah, well, Uncle by marriage. Yeah, Uncle by marriage. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And we had just saw Drowning Pool and Disturbed.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
Like the same year, like literally like a few months apart. But I had never been to a show. I was a kid. I was fucking scared of the crowd. Like everyone's like, I was like, I gotta get out of here, dude. I was a kid, man. I didn't know anything about anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I would just try to like sing in my room, like growl and like play. And then I got really into Metallica one year, and I would try to like play the stuff. It sounded like shit, you know what I mean? That's when, like I said, John Lopez started coming around. We were like doing all that together, and and just got into like Cannibal Corpse, Cradle of Filth, like all that stuff. Just kept going.
Would there be one particular musician or an album?
Okay, so I had got this DVD from Impress Sam Goodies at the mall upstairs.
Okay.
And this was probably like in 05 maybe. And that's when we saw the DVD. He's just like freaking like singing like, and I was just like, that's when it made me realize I was like, that's what I want to fucking do. Yeah. You know, I want a full band like that with two, you know, I want to be the guitar player, singer. I want a second guitar player, you know, and then for the bass player, a keyboard player, and a badass fucking drummer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the drummer of Emperor Trim, like he actually reminds a lot of what John does. So
he's one of my inspirations.
That's one of John's inspirations.
Cool. Trim and Nicholas Barker.
Oh yeah, Nick for Demu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nick Cradlefield, Demu. Section Jumper.
Brujeria.
Brujeria, Testament.
Did Testament for a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit of border rock
yeah,
too.
he did that. Oh, they did the Death tribute.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah, he did Jealousy. God damn.
Death to Us All.
Yes, and he did Jealousy to the fucking T.
Fucking badass.
Nick's the man.
I met Nick when I was down when I was down in the valley training for Gaddytown. Brujeria played there twice within 3 months.
Oh shit!
And each time, rest in peace, Rolling Bada. You remember Rolling Bada from Devourment Productions? Back in the day, he was bringing some heavy gigs.
I think
he was a promoter. Loved fucking death metal and extreme stuff.
What was his name?
Rolling Bada.
He died.
He died, bro. Yes, man. Oh my God, it's like a song. Like
shit, I remember him. Yeah. I remember that.
Well, he was part of getting Brujeria to play down there in the valley, and I was just in the crowd. Of course, I went. Brujeria's in town. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. He was back. He was like on the stage. Tony Killamora, come on up. And so I went backstage. I hung out with the guys from Brujeria. Got to meet Nick and Brujo and Peach and shit.
Peach and Pete.
Yeah, dude, we're all hanging out and Nick, man.
Dude, he's a fucking beast.
Fuck yeah.
He's like a butterball.
Mitch, of course, I met Mitch that night too.
He's a butterball, but he
reminds me of Shane.
Butterball.
I mean, I love him.
He's thick. He's thick. Yeah.
Hellraiser. The boxer Butterbean.
Oh yeah. I love Nick Barker. He's my favorite. He's my thing.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man. He's
so good.
He's like the inspiration of Neil Peart, Grimm, and Nick Barker. Nick Barker to me is like the Neil Peart of black metal.
Hell yeah,
I can see that.
I mean, it's like, God damn, that thing. He's so intricate.
He just had a kidney transplant.
Even like, like the Cruelty and the Beast and what was the other one?
That's Gonna Embrace.
That's Gonna Embrace. The beats are so really good. It's like catchy beats.
Yeah,
but they're like sort of technical beats.
See,
because he does a lot of splashes. He does a lot of like intricate, like off timing beats, and I mean, a lot of people don't like.
So think about
Cradle Filth in the black metal scene, but
the thing about Cradle, I mean, their Cradle Filth are still kicking, and I mean, I'll give Danny Filth probably still grinding through all these years.
For real,
But man, the classic
first 4 albums,
the classic Cradle from the '90s, that is like
Nicholas Barker, then Dimmu Borgir, Puritanical, and then I don't really like. Well, I mean, some songs from Death Cult, Armageddon, or was it?
Yeah.
They were good, some of them, but it was.
I got to catch him once at Ozfest.
Oh yeah, in San Antonio, like 04, right? So,
yeah, I think it was at Ozfest. Yeah, the only one they did.
They played right before Slayer.
Yeah. Fucking kid.
I have that performance on DVD. It came with one of their albums.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
Damn. So Dimmu, you know what the song I always think about that always comes to mind because I do so many cover songs and we wanted to do it is Burning Hell.
Oh, the Twisted Sister.
Their cover of Twisted Sister, Burning Hell. Oh man, it's so tight.
Man. See,
so tight. The vocals too.
Cradle Filth do a good one from Twisted Sister. The fire that burns.
They do the fire that burns.
Yeah, dude, check that.
Shit.
Yeah, it's badass. Yeah.
I gotta hear that.
Yeah.
I love the covers that they've done. Yeah. Of course, "Hallowed Be Thy Name" comes to mind first. That's like one of the first covers I remember Danny doing.
Yeah. So I know Dimmu Borgir did a pretty cool Celtic Frost.
Oh, badass!
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Tom G. Warrior. That's my
Tom G. Warrior. Yes.
I fucking love Celtic
Frost. Man,
legends, dude.
Big time legend. That was one of the albums that my friend Mike turned us on to with Destruction back in the day. With that kid, the first Morbid Tales.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, ew.
Yeah.
You know the famous ew.
Yeah.
I love it. Love Tom Warrior.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you catch him when they played here at the Pavilion?
Here? Oh no, dude, no.
I couldn't believe it. Like, yes, I was like, Frost coming to Corpus. Yeah. Well, they also played it at the Ritz. I saw them Into the Pandemonium.
Yeah, that was before my time.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was born in '88, so.
I think I was in high school. I was in so I graduated in '89, and I remember going with my friend Rudy. So, yeah, dude, golly.
Hell yeah.
Been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Loving this stuff,
never gets old, man.
It never gets old, bro.
Yeah.
It never gets, and that's why I really enjoy doing the podcast because we're able to reflect on our history and bring back so much great stuff that made us what we're doing today. Mm-hmm. You know, so good.
Yeah, man, I love what you're doing, dude. I respect it a lot, man.
Man, you know, it's and you guys, you've always been very big supporters of the scene. I see you guys at all the shows all the time. It no matter who it is, you know, as long as it's heavy, you're out there checking it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when I always have a lot of respect for you, Rob, and you guys. Like Albert, I always see you guys at the show. Just heavy hitters, just love them. We're fans of the music just as much as these guys we've been watching for years.
Yeah,
you know, like I remember when we played, Killamore played with Deicide over at the Civic Center. Damn. And that was a good one, man. That was a good one. I'm trying to think of the album, and it might have been Once Upon a Cross. It might have been that one. But that's the first time I met Glenn, and Glenn was super fucking cool. Yeah, we hung out for a while, and eventually, I think about 2 more albums, we did a show with them in Laredo, and the promoter got everything screwed up to the point where we weren't gonna play, and like there were too many bands or some kind of shit happened. And since Glenn knew me, he came out there and goes, "Hey, Tony, I'm sorry about all this bullshit. I apologize. Won't let this shit happen again. But please stay and check out the show and this and that." Super cool guy. The other guys in the band were like, "Fuck this, we're getting the fuck out of here." They were pissed. And I was pissed too. I wanted to play. We came all this way to play. It was Deicide, and we weren't able to play. So
it's like, that's heartbreak. That's a heartbreaker.
It was. Yeah. So we hit the road. What happened that night? A riot broke out. And the SWAT team had to go in there, dude, to stop the show. I'm trying to think. Rafael, the guitar player.
Ralph Santoa.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He got arrested that night.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it was a fucking melee broke out there, dude. So I'm like, God, maybe it was a good thing we left too early because we might have gotten arrested for some bullshit.
Dude, somebody told me this story. I think it was Dillo. Somebody told me the story.
Yeah,
I've heard the story. Yeah, I've heard this story. Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe if one of his bands might have been there.
I think so. Yeah, I feel like he just told me this maybe 3 months ago.
It could have been Sufferance. Could have been 9 Kills 9 because it was back in those days.
Yeah. He did tell me the story. What the fuck? Yeah.
So we got the short end of the stick. Killamore got the short end of the stick, and we ended up going home. But
man, sorry to hear
that. But when we heard about it the next day, we were like, I love it. All that shit happened. Fuck.
Dude, I remember when me and John were in Zaffron, and this was in 2006, Deicide came to the Palacio Ballroom.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was us, Dog Mahalo from the Valley. I don't know if you remember them. It was a while back.
Okay.
And, but yeah, we got to play that show, and man, it was so cool. That's when the Hoffman brothers had just left.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
So it was Ralph Santola and Jack Owen from Cannibal Corpse had just jumped on board. Yeah, they recorded the album, but it wasn't released yet. I remember.
Okay.
But I remember we showed up to the show. We're like walking in. X-Man. He was always a good roadie. Even for Votan, before he joined the band on drums, he was like a badass roadie. So back in the Zaffron days, he was a roadie too. So he would always hang out with us.
Yeah.
We got this freaking devil mask. And he was like at the entranceway, like, and nobody knows, but Xavier was a badass death metal vocalist. Like, he sounded like Glenn Benson. Like that was his fucking idol in vocals.
Wow.
Like very like badass. And he had the devil mask, and he was like growling the Deicide lyrics to Glenn Benson. And well, all of a sudden Glenn Benson's like, he tells him to come here. And so Xavier goes, the doors don't even open yet. The security was like, "Hey, what are you doing, dude?" And Xavier was like, "Oh, well, that guy, he's calling me." "What guy?" "That guy right there." He points at Glenn Benson. Glenn Benson's like, "Yeah, let him in." And he's like, "Oh, Ralph wants to take a picture with you, man."
Oh, hell yeah.
And Xavier called me like, "Robby, come over here, man." I was like, okay. It was on like a little flip phone too. And I got I got to take a picture of Xavier and Ralph on Xavier's flip phone at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a cool story with X-Man too. And then Ralph Santola passed away too. So
yes, I know.
Cheers to them two, man.
Cheers to both of those guys. Oh, Ralph and Xavier. X-Man, man.
Yeah. So that was a cool experience. And I actually have that whole footage of a Deicide, that performance on my computer.
No shit.
Because little Henry Elizondo had a camcorder.
Okay.
And so we recorded everything. We recorded our set too, and then that whole show. And he's had those they're like little cassette tapes, like little VHS.
Like 8 dads or something.
Yeah, like they're called mini DVs.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's had them for like forever. Like 2 years ago, he brought it to my old apartment, and Albert had like a converter. So, and I bought an old camcorder, so we're able to plug it in and convert a bunch of old footage from those days on my computer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna upload that whole Deicide live in Palacio Ballroom from 2006 on my computer
Put it up there
very soon. Yeah.
Lords of War.
It'll be under that. Yeah, it'll be under that channel. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a keeper. Hell yeah.
Speaking of Henry Lozano, his dad, I
got a picture of his dad right down there. I got a couple old school Devil pictures. Yes.
I actually got a hold of some old recordings from Mikey. You remember Mikey, right? He was a guitar teacher at Moody.
Oh shit!
Yeah. He sent me a bunch of tracks of their stuff with Apparition.
My goodness, yes.
Yeah. And you can't. It's almost impossible to get a hold of any of those Apparition tracks.
Right.
So I have them all on my computer too.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he's like, dude, upload them if you want, dude.
Yeah.
So, and that was kind of lost in time too. That was like mid '90s or something like that.
Yep.
And I showed him. Yeah. I showed him to little Henry. And he showed him to his dad. His dad was like, I don't remember any of that, dude. It's been so long.
Yes, I'm thinking of the band he had after that one, Henry. Beyond Blood.
Yes, Dude, that was
Beyond the Blood.
Dude, that was a badass fucking.
It was a bad band. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, they played Over Here Zeros.
Yes, I was at that one.
Yeah.
Beyond the Blood. Yeah, and it was kind of cool.
It was vocals and guitar.
Yeah, and that was a cool. That was a cool show because literally like maybe 3 months later, he came back down again, but doing the Idolatry.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool to see him with two different bands.
Right.
Probably two different bands. You know what I mean? Like in a few months.
Yes. Henry's a lifer too, man.
Yeah, he's a really good songwriter.
Yes.
He's a really good songwriter.
Wow. He's a guy I'd love to jam in a band with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Henry, hit me up. Let me see who's in the chat real quick. We get into it and I'm facing this way, so I don't get a chance to see everybody. So let me see real quick. Boom. Pierre, thanks for tuning in. What's up? Dora, thanks for tuning in. Mama's watching. Dora?
Explorer?
Mom. I didn't explore it like that without missing a beat. I was looking at you like, did that happen to be maybe one of your moms, Dora? And he's like, the Explorer? I don't know. Let's see. Pierre, let's see. I know I got interviewed by you. I'll just say Cutthroat Problem, like Cannibal Corpse. I'm kind of missing a little bit of that. Cleo Garcia, Robbie's mama. Hey, all right.
Hey, shout out.
Thanks for tuning in, Cleo. Yes.
Yes. Second mom.
Yes. All right. Let's see what's Robbers War. What's up, Rob Cantu?
Rob Cantu.
Yes.
You motherfucker.
Let's see.
Cantu.
Do I?
Yeah, if you saw his face, you'll remember.
Let me ask you guys this: What's your favorite part about performing live in front of a heavy metal crowd?
Just the feeling on stage and just and then we'd like to.
It's if you see a pit, goddamn.
So much more.
Oh yeah, you get. Oh yeah, it is. Like when you see like someone in a shopping cart inside and they're going around in a circle.
Yeah, there's one.
You know that's a good show.
There was one show we played at Boozers. Yeah, the old Boozers on SPID. And I think it was King Oso and Ernest.
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Ernest Aguirre. Ernest Aguirre was on the. It was one of them. I think it was Ernest. Yeah, he was on the, like sitting down on the side. King Oso was like, hitting people. It's like going around.
And then you're going around in a circle, and then you see the people just going at it. I mean, it just makes you go harder.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
Yes.
And I like shows like that. Like everyone's so fucking pumped up.
It's cool because we actually usually get a pretty even if the crowd is small, we actually do get a pretty good response.
Get them out there.
Yeah, and it's not every day you see like a band like us being Corpus play.
Sometimes I sometimes I fuck up a lot, but
nobody notices. Nobody knows. I mean, I fuck up all the time. We all do.
Yeah. That's what happens when you do it.
Live music.
I hate it.
You're your own worst critic.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
I'm very my own worst critic. I hate it. I look at them and I'm like, you're stupid.
But speaking about that, dude, I've written so many fucking songs that I've just fucking scrapped. I'm just like, fuck. Like it sounds cool in the moment. Then when I look back to it, I'm like, God, this is like grade school black metal. Get the fuck out of here.
I need to up the game. I can do better than this.
Maybe it's just my mind thinking. Maybe it would have been good once the drums were added or something. And everything.
And sometimes you're right. Maybe when the drums are added, not everything has to be. Sometimes simplicity is heavy as fuck.
Exactly. I mean, I like simplicity.
Unless you're eBay mouse thing,
but right. Yeah.
But sometimes simplicity is good. I like simplicity.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to be like super technical. You don't have to be doing blast beats like 300 beats per minute.
Right.
You don't have to be blast beating like.
We have this song.
Hold on, but you don't have to like fucking do like fucking technical fucking stupid fast.
From beginning to end.
Yeah, it has to have like. I like to have a warmth. I like to have like just a passion.
Yeah.
A passion for music, and it has to be something. But it has to be totally different at the same time.
I get it.
You know.
Yeah.
I can't explain it right now, but for instance, me, Eli and I are doing like a lot of weird, stupid, weird time. Like he's doing 3/4, and I'm doing 4/4 in the same time, and we're doing like it's like and it's a really odd timing.
Yeah.
And like it took me like God, I think 3 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like but we've been practicing every day.
Yeah.
But no one really does that here.
Right.
You know?
Because the easy road is big. You
I
know,
mean,
it takes a little harder to syncopate it all. And so it's like, let's try the easier road.
Because like he's like
let's just go back to 4/4.
It's polyrhythms.
Right.
And it's like we're trying to do something very I guess I don't want to say original, but something that I mean it's everything's hard to do.
Right. It's challenging.
I mean, oh goddamn.
So when you conquer
jamming with Eli is fucking jamming with Robby is fucking challenging as fuck.
It's more
jamming with his endurance, and it's like fuck, like goddamn.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not 20 years old anymore, but with Eli, it's more of like it's like
intricate.
It's polyrhythms, and it's like holy shit, like okay, I gotta do this.
It's like thinking man's metal.
Do this,
yeah.
Do this, and it's like holy shit. It's like, I mean, like I don't know. I love jamming with Robby. I love jamming with Eli because they're both very very challenging.
Fresh.
And I jammed with a lot of guitarists. Oh, it's the same.
I get it. I get where you're going with that.
Know?
Yeah, you
like,
need some warmth in there. It doesn't always have to be.
I need some kind of variety.
Yeah, especially as a drummer, you can't be going 1,000 miles. You got to slow down to 500
I love
miles per hour a little bit.
I just want to fucking just do that fucking simple drum beat.
Yeah.
Simple drum beat, Robby.
We'll have none of that.
Yeah. No. Your name is Toby. You're gonna drum.
You're gonna blast the whole test. No.
You're gonna go 200.
Let's go. We actually do have this song called "Beyond the Ancient Shores of Time," and that's actually the first Votan song where there's no blast beat.
Wow.
And that's one of my favorite songs.
It's one of my favorites.
What's crazy? That's
kind of different.
What's crazy about that song? That's like the hardest fucking song for us to nail, even though there's no blast beats.
Oh
yeah.
God, it is.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's
shit.
Yeah, because there's some intricate like off timing drum beats on down. Like I'm doing like a and John's like it's just it's like it's a very hard song to nail. Yeah,
it's off timing song.
Yeah, and we kind of
I love off time.
We've only played that song a few times live.
Yeah,
and then that song actually has clean vocals.
Oh, cool.
Too, yeah, on the verses.
Yeah,
and then like a bunch of spoken words too.
You know, when you mentioned clean vocals,
it's not.
I like. There's a part in Lament of Our Enemies about 2 minutes into it where there's some clean vocals in it.
Right, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's no more variety right there.
Yeah. I mean, we don't do a whole lot of cleans, but when it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Excellent. Yeah. That's great, man. So, let me ask you this: when was your first concert? We'll start with you, Rob. First concert, and then first local show.
Okay, so are we talking about like? I mean, I'll go back to
like a concrete street, and then you got.
I mean, my mom took me to some like the Hano Fest, like Texas guy as a kid. But I don't know if you really count that. And then Concrete Street, first show I ever saw was Snoop Dogg. But the very first metal band, actually,
was it Snoop Dogg and Tool? Was it Lollapalooza?
It was just
that was my first concert.
That was yours. Yes. No shit. Okay. That's when I fell in love with Tool.
It was Tool. Inema came out. Prodigy. Holy shit.
Prodigy. Close the night, dude.
God.
2 guys, right? It was just the main guy, you know,
Well,
doing all
it was
the
two
mixing
guys,
and stuff, and
but
the hype guy
they
doing
had
the
a
vocals
band.
and stuff.
And I remember they had like this huge fucking circle pit, and then there was like
Yeah.
these two little tiny other circle pits.
Going on
It
too.
was,
Yeah.
it was like a cock.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know, but it was like a big ass fucking really one big one and two smaller ones. And it was like, you know what?
Badass.
I was in the end because I was like fucked up.
Me too. That was a long
and
ass
I
day
was-
of partying, dude. Long
I
ass
was-
fucking day.
Yeah.
And it started out hot.
And I remember they started out with a band called Failure. I don't remember Failure.
Failure, like on the side stage?
No, they started the show. They
No, I don't think I missed
first,
it. Okay.
And
I think the first band was something like L7 or something. Like on one of the side stages.
L7? I like L7.
Yeah, they were good.
Camel Lips. Remember that?
Yes.
Cereal Mom?
Yes. That was Cereal Mom.
Yeah.
Shout out Cereal Mom, dude. No one ever. I don't know anybody that's ever given a shout out to Cereal Mom.
One of my
Have you
favorite
seen that?
movies.
No.
That's one of my favorite movies. And then L7 was in the show, was in the movie, and they came out as Camel Lips, and then like.
Come on.
But, well,
Too
anyway.
That was some good shit.
Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was good stuff.
So Lollapalooza, Prodigy, your first concert, your first one?
Well, my first metal band I ever saw live ever was Drowning Pool.
Drowning Pool, okay.
On vocals.
You caught him.
Yeah.
Now, where was that? Was that maybe here at the Center Theater?
No, it was Concrete Street.
Concrete Street, okay.
Yeah, it was
at the Pavilion?
Yeah, I think it was like Stereo Mud, Edema, and I didn't. I mean, by the time we got there, Drowning Pool was just about to start, and Disturbed had a headline.
And it's pretty much like during the Center album?
I couldn't tell you.
Or with all the hits?
Yeah, I mean, it was when Drowning Pool that's when the Body song was like huge.
Oh, huge, yes.
Yeah.
Good show. How about locally? You remember your first local show?
The first show I ever played was Afro at the Underground.
Oh, shit.
That was my first local show ever.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
At the Underground back in 06.
Badass.
Yeah. And
shout out to the Underground.
that was a cool venue, dude.
Right there off Agnes, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I remember
Rudy?
Yeah, Rudy.
Yeah.
And Alonzo used to run the door. Big Alonzo.
Yeah.
Sal, yeah. That's cool because I remember, I ended up moving right there on Shawnee Street.
Right there in the hood.
Yeah. So I used to just walk to local shows. I just walk to local shows there.
For real.
That was a good venue.
I would go down to punk
That was a
shows.
good venue, dude.
Yeah,
That's where Killamore was getting
I've
our
had some-
start with Excrete. We played there with
Excrete,
Excrete
yeah.
several times, and we played there a lot.
Yeah, mine was a bunch of punk shows. I would go to that.
Yeah.
Punk.
I used to be in the cons.
Yeah, back in the day. Danny Garcia.
Used to be in the cons?
Yeah.
No shit.
I was the drummer.
Cool.
Danny, I was jamming with Danny, Robert. And then we played a lot of punk shows, and I don't know what happened.
Started getting into black metal.
Yeah, well, I was already into like grindcore and gore grind,
Okay.
and I liked punk too. You know,
Yeah.
I would listen to like Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
You know, Exploited, but I was
Kick
also
ass.
into like Phobia and
Phobia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school.
fucking
stuff right there.
Spaz, Charles Bronson.
Yes.
Fucking pretentious assholes. But Ultimate Warriors, all that shit.
Cool.
But they were like into like more like traditional punk, like Union 13 and Casualties and
Sure.
like Rancid. But I kind of like introduced a little bit of that, and I wanted to do something like that when I was in the cons, but I guess it wasn't really their forte.
Okay.
And then I quit the cons, and then I got talked to Robert, and let's do a fucking black metal band. Let's fucking.
You guys
I showed
call
him,
more
like-
Trident, right?
I showed him like fucking Dark Funeral and Emperor and
You guys were called more Trident at first.
Boy Trident.
Before his album.
Yeah. And then like some band from the Netherlands like emailed us, hey, we already have this name
We're using that.
copyright. Yeah, if you don't change it, we're gonna sue you.
I know what band you're talking
Like-
about, but they spell it differently, but they're on the archive. They
Yeah.
spell it different, but yeah, they're more Trident.
They were like, hey,
They
okay.
heard about y'all, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real quick. So
Let's just hope Jeff Waters from Annihilator don't message you guys.
I know, right? Yeah, we're totally spelling it differently.
Hot
Yes.
damn.
Yes, let's hope not. But I'd love to meet Jeff. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah. Easy with him again.
Yeah, go
God
ahead.
damn it.
Oh, dude.
There's actually a Votan in Mexico that actually was
No
The
shit.
Voltan was a W.
No. There's a Votan with the V too.
Wow.
Yeah, they're from Mexico. They've been around since like they used to be called Morduke at first, but there's already a black metal band called
course,
Morduke. Yeah. But they changed their name to Votan. But man, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not big or like they're like
nothing.
Yeah, like.
Well, good. It's that way. You keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to do Votan TX or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was looking for a name for like War Cult, I was of course name. You start looking like who else has this name, or is it out there? I couldn't find anything. And the next time I went on, it's like it started popping up. I was like, who the fuck is War Cult? And they're from somewhere I never heard of. Pretty decent metal band, not like what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I said, fuck it, we're gonna fucking. Theirs is one word, War Cult. Ours is two words.
With a K or something.
They might. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. And it's funny because my guys were saying, let's do it with the K. And I said, I don't want to do it with the K.
I like the way you guys have 2 words. Like that's just, it's simple. Like it's
boom.
Yeah.
And it started. That was actually a song I wrote. And then as we're thinking about names, War Cult sounds kind of cool for a band. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And then we ended up. That was one name we could agree on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So agreeing on names can be a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm glad that as I'm writing songs, that the guys just give me the freedom to name them whatever I want and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm glad because I need that. I don't want to be butting heads because I'll be like, I'm writing this. I'm writing, and at the same time, it's throughout my history with like Integrity and Kill 'Em More, working with Fidel Tagle.
Fidel,
he's just such a great guy to work with. Is very open minded, especially when somebody like myself that started out on drums. Because I started as a drummer when I was 13, and just through playing in cool bands around here, I wanted to play with a cool band.
Yeah.
But their drummer was a lot better than me, but they didn't have a singer, and that was Malignancy.
I was about to ask you.
I was watching the podcast with Eli, and I remember you saying something. You were a drummer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, and I started out in a punk band. I'm learning how to be a drummer. So punk is the easiest thing, kind of to get yourself, into the mix. It's like rock and roll and stuff. But as I got better, I wanted to be a metal drummer. When I started learning how to do double bass, I remember when I learned double bass, it was to Thrash Zone, to DRI's Thrash Zone. One of the songs off of that record, I remember being in my room just trying to get it down. And when I got it, I was like, yeah, I got this motherfucker. You remember when you got Double Down?
I remember being in a punk band with the Cons, and I would put double bass in the punk songs.
Yeah.
And there was this guy. He was a short guy named Andrew. Remember the band Dry Heave?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Andrew. Of course. Yeah.
He told me
the singer
wearing a Suicidal Tendencies shirt, telling me double bass don't belong to punk rock. I'm like,
no limitations.
I know what you mean.
Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you know what? I was thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know, but in my head, I'm like, fuck you, I'll power drive you. I was like short,
the Undertaker,
son of a bitch.
Right,
boom. I was like this tall and telling me like don't. And then there was another girl telling me, I don't even know. It was the Center Theater. She's like, yeah, I heard this punk band, us. I'm like, I heard double bass in
the music restaurant.
Punk band.
Is it to the right?
First one, right.
Double bass don't belong in punk rock. And I'm like, who the
wow.
Did you like write the
is that some sort
scripture of
the laws
like
of
the
punk
laws of punk rock? I mean, like, there's no rules in
especially in punk rock.
There's no rules in art.
Right, there you go.
Punk rock is an art, metal is an art, music is an art. Why are you gonna tell me fucking double bass don't belong in
that's
punk
what
rock?
makes our band different from the other bands.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's what I wanted.
Right.
I wanted to be different. I did blast beats when I was in the Cons. I was like in
already
2000, like 1999, 2000, and that people didn't really.
Yeah. But you saw, you know what?
Yeah.
I could do this right here.
Dude, I listened to Power Violence.
Cool.
I listened to Gore Grindcore. When I was in high school, that was
so you got all these ideas.
Like the 90s, But we didn't have YouTube. We had to look Splatterfest. So we had to like go through every single FYI. Sometimes they had good shit. CD Warehouse with a CD Warehouse. You know, we went there. I would go to every
trying to find a treasure.
Yeah,
Like,
and they're like, is it a hit or a miss? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this CD. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna buy it anyways. And it's in the middle. It's in the middle. The middle section, man, it's pretty epic. I'm gonna buy it, but sometimes it's a hit or miss, man.
Yeah,
you know, that was our struggle back in the day. You know, that was our. I mean, the younger crowd today, the younger kids, they don't know what we fucking went through.
No,
they're never gonna know what we went through.
They can't appreciate it.
No, they're not gonna appreciate it because like we tried so hard.
Yeah,
and we're not gonna stop.
Right.
We're gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna fucking be in a fucking IV. Trying to like
to the IV.
Give me some cocaine and then I'm gonna fucking jam it. You know, whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Just
like
like
fired up.
Pure water and cocaine is like hit me up. I'm gonna, you know, whatever.
I love it.
I don't care. Yes. I'm gonna do it.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking A.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. It's in our genes. It's in our blood. We're not gonna stop.
It's like mercury. You know, mercury in your thermostat. That's what's running through your blood. Come on, like Terminators and shit, right?
Oh, shit. We're gonna be cyborgs.
Right.
Yes. We're gonna be like those fucking Star Trek fucking Borgs, and we're gonna be like.
Fuck. Can you imagine? And you know the way we got AI, and
I hate it.
I hate it too. I hate it too, man. But that's one thing. You know, guys like us, they'll never be able to do a live AI show with metal the way we do metal, because you get great front man like us, and you got great drummers that make it all click together, and it'll sound just like a fucking robot could do it. But we're that tight together as a band. But you don't get to see, you don't get the connection. The connection,
you're not gonna have
that energy that reciprocates from the band to the crowd, coming back when the pit's going and all that good stuff. Yeah, I can respect AI makes cool pictures. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what do I look like?
You know what?
What if I look like I did? Like what if I did Tony as a superhero and had me as a Superman? I was like, dude, that looks pretty cool.
Tony with a big cock.
What would I look like that?
With trunks.
Hello.
With a big ass cake.
Right. I had never asked the AI to do that for me yet, but you got me thinking now. So who knows?
But you know what? Also, like, you could do AI and they could make songs for you.
They can make songs for you, dude. I don't want AI making I want to make my song.
No, they can do that.
I want to make my song.
That. Yeah. You know, like, they're taking the minds.
Yeah.
They want us to be mindless dumb fucks.
I get it, bro. I get it. You just do what we tell you to. Yeah. You do what we tell you.
It does what it's told.
Yeah.
Puts the lotion on its skin. You know.
But that's the thing about us guys in metal and the rock world. We go against the grain. We want to do things our way. It's like that Frank Sinatra song, My Way. Each one of us kind of want to do it our way.
That's
sooner or later, we find some other guys that want to do it our way. We have the same vision.
Yeah.
So we're able to team up and make it a good thing out of it. Yeah. Let me talk a little bit about a dream tour. Imagine a dream tour lineup with like 3 or 4 heavy hitting bands, your favorite bands, whether they're alive or dead or existing or not existing. But you guys got to open up for them every night.
Should be Emperor all the way.
Emperor, okay, that's
Emperor's
one.
Like the answer,
so,
like everything.
Yeah, Emperor headlines, all right?
Yeah.
Give me like
and we played right before them.
Oh, that's badass, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Give me at least a couple more that you would love to have on your tour.
Shit, dude, like Emperor, fucking. I mean, Dark Funeral would be. I mean, that's another good childhood band that I've always fucking been into. Fucking Morduk,
yes.
Yeah. Fucking.
Give me another one.
Gorgoroth, shit.
Gorgoroth, that's a beast right there.
Me, I would be like probably like Arcturus or
Five Finger Death Punch.
How dare you? You fucking with him, right?
You know what? Fuck you, Rob.
I do like this. 3 Days Grace. No.
3 Days Grace. Dishwalla. I want some Dishwalla. And I want some Third Eye Blind. You know? That's brutal. Fuck you, Marduk. Fuck you. No.
That's good. I like that.
I love you, Papa. But no, it'll be, shit. Arcturus, for sure.
Borknagar.
Maybe Borknagar.
I mean, there's just so many, man. Just...
Oh, and the Chachwan. Oh, the Chachwan from North Carolina.
Like Native American black metal.
Yeah,
it's cool
I love them.
They do black metal, but they also do like kind of Opeth kind of style stuff too. It's like progressive.
I
like
love
black
the
metal.
Chachwan.
They're like Native American.
I think I'm pronouncing it right, but the
Badass.
Chachwan and
how do you pronounce it again? Say that again.
the Chachwan. The Chachwan.
Look them up.
They are for sure Arcturus and Over. Fuck it. Over.
Yeah, it's ULVER. It's like Over.
It's
like Norwegian. It's
Norwegian. For a wolf.
I need to check them out.
Over. Well, they're not black metal anymore.
They used to be black metal, but they do a lot of like synth wavy kind of stuff.
I love synthwave.
Yeah.
Oh, kill you.
Oh, fuck
yeah. But we like, we have a handful of electronic stuff that we jam to.
Synthwave.
We went to Austin. We went to Austin to see a band called Magic Sword and a Dance with the Dead. It was very well like synthwave kind of like. They do a little bit of metal, but like it's very more like.
I wouldn't think that you guys like it like that.
Oh,
that's very cool.
Dude, I love the.
I'll show you a picture.
I mean,
I do
Cure and fucking.
Sure.
What else?
Like, this is how Magic Sword.
I mean, I'm not just only metal,
Right.
You do.
I like to hear so much more.
But
that's how Magic Sword looked. Like we saw them in Austin. It was so fucking cool. Dude.
Wow, that is tight.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I love blues and
yeah.
A
little bit of everything. Keeps it very well rounded. And us as musicians, we want to hear everybody share that talent.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's some, you get those Stevie Ray Vaughan's, you get the Yves Malmsteens.
We actually saw Yves.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd, all these bands.
Me, him, and Albert
What happened to Kenny Wayne Shepherd?
I know, right?
What the
I think he's probably still here in Texas and chilling in fucking Austin.
I remember him coming here all the time.
Yeah.
In the 90s. Kenny Wayne Shepherd all the time.
What's the hit that Five Finger did, right?
Me, John.
Well, they covered it. Speaking of, it comes back around. Only so many degrees of separation between them. Come back around.
We actually just saw Yves in San Antonio. Me, John, and Albert.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah, I drove. We saw him. Dude, there was nobody there though.
He doesn't get the love.
No, but it's weird. I saw Yves like a year ago with Glenn Hughes. There's a shitload of fucking people.
You know what? I like the fact there was not really anybody there.
It was very cold, intimate. Like underground kind of style. But man, Yves, he's such a fucking narcissist, but I love it though. I love it though. Like he's the only one that can really do that. You know what I mean?
Back in the day, my friends were Randy Rhoads, and I was in Yves Malmsteen, and I would get dogpiled by my friends all the time when I was. He fucking turns ass up, like fuck you.
He became a little bit late, man. But Yves didn't do the classics like I'm a Viking and Disciples of Hell. Of course, they're not gonna do that.
I love it. Marching Out, you play that beginning to end over and over.
I had that on CD. I had the Japanese version on CD.
Yeah, that's good. I got a pick. It might be there for Yves Malmsteen. I got it from the Trilogy concert.
Is that your?
Another Vivian Campbell.
Is that a?
Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Oh yeah.
I love Alice in Chains.
Fuck yes. I saw him on Dirt. Fuck yeah. And Lane was fucking, he had broke his leg, so he was up there with the crutch singing the whole time. And it was on Blind Melon opened up. And Blind Melon, Alice in Chains, and Ozzy. And there's Ozzy on Retirement Sucks. So it was on
Blind Melon's brutal.
No More Tears. Great time. Zach when he was still young. Before he wore the kilts and stuff and had the long ass beard.
Zach Long. I saw them with when Megadeth came down on Concrete Street.
Oh,
at the Gigantor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was a good show.
That was a good show.
Not Opeth, but Symphony X.
No, it was. I don't know. Remember it was the Jason Newsted band.
It was Gigantor.
Okay,
Jason Newsted band opened
and then
up.
They had the
it was
David Raymond band.
Yeah, the Device. Man, they were getting a lot of hate. People were throwing beer at them all freaking.
I don't know. They hate. Corpus can be like that.
I remember. There was a band. It was a power metal band. It was supposed to be
Nevermore.
No, it was
Yeah.
But it was Limp Bizkit and was it Clutch? I want to say Clutch. But Seven Dust was supposed to open. Autumn Lords. I don't know if you heard Autumn Lords.
I've heard of them, yeah.
But they were like a power metal band. But they were like not even close to like what
Yeah.
It was like Limp Bizkit, and I want to say Clutch, but Seven Dust was supposed to open. Adam Lords opened up.
Yeah.
And people were like sitting down.
Like
Everyone sat down, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then me and this other guy are like, these bands, but they're power metal.
Yeah.
And they were like, like kind of like, but I was like, damn, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But and dude, I looked, everyone sat down. And the singer was like, what the fuck?
Right,
Dude.
Yeah, it's rude, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, geez. And
No love, man.
Back in 98, maybe?
Like that?
97?
Damn. I missed that one. I love me some Seven Dust too.
That's why me and my friend Aaron. Love you, Aaron.
Fucking love you. Look, he's
Sure. Fucking faggot. But
oh my god, I'm wearing
no,
your shirt,
yeah.
Yes.
He hates it. He hates his picture.
That's why you made that shirt, right?
Yeah.
Hey, much love right there.
And I told him, I love him. I know him for seventh grade.
Oh,
but,
cool.
I wear this shirt to piss him off.
I know you're into horror movies.
Oh, I love horror movies.
Give me your 2 favorite horror movies.
Dead Alive and The Thing.
Oh, The Thing.
Oh, I love
John
The
Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love The Thing.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
The reason why I love The Thing is like there's no like everything like is so animatronic. Well, not animatronic, but it's prosthetic. But it's so realistic.
The dog.
Yeah.
Heads of the dog
and what they did was like when everything came out, they just reversed it. Like they just pulled everything back, so it looked like everything was just coming out. You know, the tentacles, and then the head when it fucking was on the freaking crab legs and everything.
Yes, dude, that was badass,
dude. And I love, dude. That's one of my favorite fucking all-time movies.
Choice right there.
And then Dead Alive, Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was like the bloodiest and goriest movie, like hands down. And it's funny.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, have some more custard. And he's like eating the mom's pus. And he's like, the pus is like, and it's just fucking gross the way they're eating. And then the pus, and then like when the mom becomes a giant zombie and you see her fucking big ass. Like, I was like, damn, she got some booty.
Right, she got back.
Yeah. She got some junk in the trunk. And I was like, damn.
Well, how about movies, Rob? You into horror movies as well?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Give me a couple of your favorites.
Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Pinhead. To me, he's like the all-time best villain. Like,
the coolness.
Yeah, like he's just like so intelligent the way he speaks. And
one
of my favorite,
like
my favorite Pinhead moment is Hellraiser 3 when he attacks the priest, and then they're in the church. He like stabs himself, and he goes like this, and he's like, "I am the way," like mocking Jesus. I was like, bro, this is like hella fucking like
holy shit,
satanic shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously the first Exorcist.
Oh
yeah. So
that was a good comedy.
But there's two horror movies that people don't really consider horror, but John will agree with me on this one. The first Alien movie.
That's a horror.
Yeah.
Sci-fi horror.
Yeah, and Terminator. First Terminator.
Yes.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a horror movie.
It's supposed to be a horror.
It's scientific. It's science fiction, but it's like
and the way it's put together is kind of almost like a B movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially that
well,
much. Yeah.
Well, of
course, the actors were all well known.
They were
those three,
but it's just so dark and eerie.
They
like
were
the picture, like the picture quality. Yeah.
It was a low budget movie at the time.
You
know what they're gonna get? OJ.
They were gonna get OJ.
OJ Simpson as a Terminator.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I didn't know that either.
It said they went with Conan. Right, because that's what he did before that, right?
No one knew who he was, and they were like, "We're in a budget." So, but there's a lot of scenes. Remember that part where like, he punches through a car window, like. Well, that was a random car.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was a random car that he just punched through, and then they just did it, and then like, well, I hope we don't get caught.
Right. Wow.
Yeah,
the first Alien movie too was.
Yeah.
To me, as a horror movie.
The
Alien
comes out.
Yeah. The alien just called him.
The little, what do they call the crab walker?
Chest bursters.
The chest bursters.
Yeah, the chest. Yeah.
evil as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
evil shit. And something about being in space, bro. In space,
No
it's just like being
scream,
underwater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the trenches.
There's probably some weird shit out there in real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Like far away.
Last night I was watching a movie called 18 Hours. You ever seen that?
18 hours.
And it was based, and it would fuck with me. I just got back from practice, and I put it on because I like watching aliens, UFOs, and all that kind of shit.
Hell yeah.
I dig deep into that stuff.
Fire in the sky, dude.
Shit. Yes, man. These little the Tic Tacs that float on the water and shit faster than us, and they fucking come up and go in the water.
I've seen that.
What the fuck? You know, it blows me away. And now in this era that we're at, they've let so much stuff become unclassified. Yeah. So now we're able to see a lot of this footage and kind of think for ourselves. And these pilots are retired Navy pilots are saying, "Hey, this is what happened. We saw all this. It's real." And,
I see shit.
Yeah, I seen shit.
I used to be white.
So anyway, 18 Hours was about the Apollo 18 flight that it was canceled, but the movie was about it not being canceled, and they actually went up to the moon and they would set up some sort of machines that were going to be basically like radars to help us for like missiles getting shot from Russia. We'd be able to detect them sooner. But when they went up there, they actually saw a Russian ship like theirs that already pre-landed. And a couple of cosmonauts they found dead. And they were like, what the? But first they were like, there's a fucking footprint here. And they're like, well, let's follow it. What the fuck? And that's when they found the dead cosmonauts and they found the ship. But what got me going was that it fucking came across as real because it was like the Blair Witch Project. They said 30,000 hours of videotape footage was released. This is clipped from all that. And so it had me. It had me, dude, for a good hour. I was watching it until they showed a scene where a guy was in his astronaut suit on the moon, and a little fucking creature came out. He was like, "Something's in my suit."
It looked like a rock.
It was a rock.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I've seen that movie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the rocks are like fucking
twitches.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it had me, but that's my point. It's space.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's gonna go on.
I
love it. So good points right there.
Yeah.
How about wrestling? Are you in wrestling?
I used to be, but
me too. I used to be. Like I got into it really during the Attitude Era. I love the Rock, the Stone Cold. The Undertaker's always been my favorite.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Undertaker's always been my favorite.
The Dead Man,
dude. And when he became American Badass for a while.
Yeah.
You know, remember that?
Yeah.
And I just love that era because I remember going to a friend's house and seeing it was a concert, but it was wrestling. But it was the jams and everything. And I was like, dude, this is badass. What the fuck? He goes,
hey, wrestling had some cool entry themes back in the day.
They did a lot of metal.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Bret Hart theme music.
Yeah, bro.
The opening guitar riff.
Yes.
There's this Japanese wrestler back in the 90s, Takamichi Nuko.
I know that name.
Yeah. He had a badass freaking badass entry theme. I was like, holy shit, this is like metal as fuck. And then there was his partner Funaki. He had a he had a badass like metal theme too.
Oh,
and then even like the Goldust theme was badass. Like all orchestra and stuff. Yeah. Of course, Undertaker's theme was badass.
What was that one wrestler that had the Chinese or the Asian letters on his face? It was
Hakushi.
Hakushi, right? Oh, dude, he was badass. I like that.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler? Well, growing up as a kid, probably like Ultimate Warrior. Even though he lost a lot, but it's just his energy.
The energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, then the music, he just runs.
He just fired up.
But other than that, Macho Man.
Hey.
I love Macho Man.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, dude. I love
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
The way he does the fucking...
Some kind of top rope.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
I love that. With his little tassels. You know?
Legend.
He was always Undertaker, man. But I mean, if you want to like old school, like really old school, I was big on Harley Race.
Oh yeah,
like Terry
those
Funk.
blood matches they would have, dude.
Terry Funk too. Yeah. And I was a big fan
Tough
of
motherfucker right there.
Ron Simmons. People know him as Farouk. He was. And then I used to like Lex Luger a lot too.
He had Lex Luger.
That was like my childhood hero, Lex Luger. He wore the American, but he was in WWF for a while.
I like Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious was tight.
Yeah, he was fucking. He's always
For the
coming out
hardcore.
oily. So oily.
Yeah.
You know? He's like,
Imagine him getting whipped up in the back,
Yeah, like
right?
the
Like
ramen
baby
noodle.
oil and shit.
he had the ramen noodle hair and the
Yeah.
fucking the oil just like oily. Just
Ramen
like,
noodle. I never thought of that. I just like little ramen
The
noodle.
other guy that's kind of almost like that is Razor Ramon.
oh, Razor
Right,
Ramon,
yeah.
yeah. He's like, with a,
Yeah.
like,
What about you? Who's your favorite?
Well, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Undertaker was always my guy, dude.
Dark-
Just the
darkness,
presence, dude.
yeah,
You know.
darkness.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. To me,
I
it's
remember the
like
first
metal,
time,
dude.
Yeah, it was
very,
metal.
very
Yeah.
first time he came out. And I forgot he was wrestling. I don't think it was like a known wrestler. But remember when he like walked on the rope?
Yeah.
And then
He was
he
badass, that
didn't-
big motherfucker.
and then like he would walk on the rope and then do something, but he didn't do that anymore after
Yeah.
a while. But he tried doing that again,
Uh-huh.
and that didn't work.
Yeah, they go for word. Well,
Yeah.
shit. But
They
we
try to
got some
bring it
wrestling around
Oh,
here.
yeah,
fuck
Hell
yeah.
yes.
Dude,
Wrestling's real big in the middle.
It is, dude. Big time.
Wrestling and animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Animals,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
dude. Well, let me ask you this. When's the next show for you guys? I know you just jammed last weekend?
We're supposed to. We had to cancel.
I had to cancel
Oh, okay. Okay.
issues.
What's coming up next?
I actually don't have anything booked just yet, but I don't know, the promoter that was booking us for this corporate show that just happened. He's from the Valley. He brought us to the Valley once. We had a good time, and he said he has a lot of shows lined up for us in 2025.
Cool.
But as right now, we actually have nothing booked. But I'm gonna start reaching out to some promoters, and especially once we're gonna be looking to get some new merch, a bunch of new shirts. Yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to book us for San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, hey,
Yeah.
Contact.
we're
yeah.
we're
ready.
down. We're
Yeah,
down.
ready. Yeah.
We're
Badass.
down.
Yeah. We want to
We're
go to
down with the
Laredo.
clown frat.
Valley. We love the Valley, Laredo, Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio.
Hell yes.
Book us.
Well, good, guys. If you promoters
Wanna go
out
of
there,
state, too.
Houston, Austin, Dallas, the Valley, maybe Mexico too. Hit them up. I know I got some friends. Miguel, my friend from Colombia, and he's hooking me up with Carlos from Head Crusher. Thank you, Miguel, for setting me up with that new design for my Tony Gomez show. I'm gonna make some T-shirts and send them. I'll show you after the show. But it looks like we got about. I try and wrap it up in 2 hours, so we're at 1:56. We got about three. We got about 3 minutes, and we just started going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good. It was good, man.
But we're right at the end, right where I wanted to be.
Okay.
We're gonna do
okay.
draw the line, a little speed session, going through some of our favorite bands. You
Okay.
tell me who you like out of these, okay?
Okay.
First set. Let's start easy. With you, Rob. A Monomarth versus Arch Enemy.
Modern Moth.
A Monomarth.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I mean, I'm not really into both of them, but I guess I would do Arch Enemy because I like to fucking see some piece of
Elisa.
ass.
Boom.
God damn it,
Sold.
John.
Sold, all right.
I'm sorry.
That's all good. Elisa
I'm
Guns.
trying to be
Arch Enemy does have some good.
correct,
Arch Enemy does have some good stuff though. But I like the
but-
Modern Moth. I've
but-
seen him twice. Like
I-
Modern Moth is very good.
I've
You like
seen
that
him. I've
Viking
seen
stuff?
him.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
just-
seen him 3 times, but I've never seen Arch Enemy. But I just want to see like some ass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're with you
I'm sorry about
110% right there, John. All right. How about Dark Throne versus Bathory?
Oh shit, dude.
Bathory.
It's a fucking hard one, dude.
You.
Why gotta hit me
One
with
man
that one?
army right there.
Why gotta hit me with that one? Tell
I'm
me.
trying to get
Or-
some tricky ones here.
Corthon, dude, because like he was like, I mean, you said
God
Dark
damn
Throne?
it, dude.
Well, Dark Throne has been around for a while, man. I respect Dark Throne.
Shit.
But Corthon, I mean, he's
That's the
got a lot
trickiest
of
question I've
badass
ever been
shit.
asked in my whole life.
I mean,
Why?
I got you. All right.
Yeah, that
that's,
was got me.
that's a trick question for me.
Yeah, the Dark
Hey,
Throne. I mean,
Bathory.
All right.
the thing. Okay, so Dark Throne haven't played live since 1991. Dark Throne actually started off as a death metal band.
Yeah.
If you listen to the first album for Dark Throne, Soulside Journey, that is a good, well-produced
Death metal.
death metal album.
Yeah.
it is.
Very
It
inspired
was-
by
it was-
Swedish
it was
death
good.
metal too, like in tune and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you hear Dark Throne's second album, Blazing the Northern Sky, it's like very raw. Fucking even the label Peaceful told them like, what the
Yeah, Peaceful.
fuck is this?
Yeah, it's not what
Yeah, they're like,
you did before.
yeah, and they're like, it's black metal. What do you mean? And they're just like, shit's weak. Like, and they're like, well, if you're not gonna continue with this, we'll go to Euronymous for Mayhem's label.
Sure.
The label was like, Peaceful was like, no, like it's gonna look bad on us. So you know, and it turned out,
Good choice.
yeah,
Good
it made a lot of
Good
money.
stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over time, at the time it wasn't really much, but throughout time it became a classic.
Yes.
I think
Black metal
I just thinking you're thinking too hard, Robbie. Just pick one.
No, I'm not thinking. That's just a little bit of history.
I know,
That's
man,
not
but just
thinking.
pick-
I like that though.
I told you I can't pick one.
Bathory or Dark Throne.
Just depends. Because Battery has a badass
Yeah.
Viking era too. 1990.
Well, you can only go see one band. They're playing in town. Who's it gonna be?
They're gonna be at Boozers.
I'll go Dark Throne.
I love
Dark
Boozers.
Throne.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys. That's a hard one. Yeah. By a hair. By just a small hair.
I got one more before we wrap. Okay. Immortal versus Emperor.
Emperor. That's it.
Emperor. I like
Emperor all day.
You know,
right?
speaking of Immortal, I'm gonna see Abbott do an Immortal set at Hell's Heroes.
Ooh, they're
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
not
killer
Immortal,
set.
but it's Abbott doing an Immortal set.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna be killer.
I still need to get my tickets.
Better
I
hurry.
wanna
It's
see
gonna
the Pride
sell out,
Party.
dude.
Guys, thanks for joining me on the show tonight. Bobby, John, make sure you're checking out Votan, and I will see you again real soon.
Yes, sir.